Good Sparta.
You love that. You love that start.
Good afternoon. We are here with the Friday Night BS show on a Monday afternoon. Welcome, round 2 of Conversation with Art. I'm your co-host, Bob Sharp. Your host, John Truncali, is over there. And our special guest, the man from L.A., the man with his shades. Give it up for Art Nunez.
Yeah. Artemis Prime.
Artemis Prime.
I had the hand clap.
Yes.
I don't know where it went.
Yes,
There
the
it
young
is.
Aristotle. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Got his advice, all his
shit,
advice
yeah,
when he was a
that's
kid
nice.
from Socrates.
So crates. That's awesome. Man.
Socrates.
Yeah. He used to be 50 Cent's bodyguard.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
I wasn't there, and look what happened. You got shot.
Look, he got shot. He got shot.
Took the night off. And got shot.
I'm telling you, man, that was still a classic movie. It sucks that the younger generation has no idea what I'm talking about when they go Socrates.
Man, and I think they would love it.
Yeah.
I think it's still
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
So
it's relatable.
Yeah, Socrates. No, dude, it's Socrates.
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 I thought you were going somewhere way off. On that.
No, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bill and Ted.
A great movie.
Classic.
It's funny though, like what movies Gen Z chooses to see from the 80s though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And it's just like we had some great comedies
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
and they watched those, but we also had some great like real drama movies.
Oh, we
that
did. We did.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire was
nobody's
awesome.
no Gen Z is ever going to see
Yeah.
I
that.
think I've seen that.
You've never seen it.
No.
My nephews were about 15 and 13. And they were telling me about some funny movies. I said, no, man. Y'all ain't seen good movies yet.
Mhm.
I said, next Saturday, don't make plans. We're going to be at my house all day.
Yeah.
So I started them off with, ready? Animal House.
Animal House.
Animal House.
Animal House. You
Yeah.
got it.
And then we upgraded to Fast Times Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Holy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two classics right there. Then you had
Porky's, man.
Porky's. Did some Porky's. Did some Porky's. What else did we do?
Any like police
Caddyshack.
Academy? Oh, Caddyshack.
No, I Caddyshack. Yeah, I was
Caddyshack.
not a big Police Academy guy.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but then like
I know why
like-
John liked it.
in the afternoon, in the late afternoon, going toward evening,
Yes, sir.
they made a series of these movies where they would act out dirty jokes. The first one was called "If You Don't Stop, You'll Go Blind,"
You'll go blind.
and the second one was "Can I Do It Till I Need Glasses?" Then you had the Groove Tube and my personal favorite, Kentucky Fried Movie.
Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah, they're rated R. You know, a lot of boobies and stuff. But basically, but yeah, no, seriously. But basically, what they do is they would act out dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this one in Groove Tube. So these hot brunette and hot blonde. They're sitting in their bedroom. They're both topless, and one girl goes, "Man, my boyfriend's got a bad dandruff problem." The other one goes, "Well, mine used to." And the other one goes, "Well, what'd you do for him?" And she goes, "Well, I gave him Head and Shoulders." and the brunette's like, "How do you give a guy shoulders?" It was just stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
And and then they had boobies and stuff, so the boys were all like,
That was the
"Ooh."
thing, man. Being a teenage boy in the 80s and
Yeah.
the movies that were out there. I just started it. I forgot to click.
Those are contacts, huh? No way. Those are real eyes.
Oh no, that's just somebody I follow that's on there.
She's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
She has
It was
beautiful eyes, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
clearly tell they're probably contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all women are beautiful in some
Yes,
some
Absolutely.
sort of way.
Every
Yeah.
woman is beautiful,
Yeah.
inside or out.
I didn't say that. Someone else said it, but
Yeah.
it was tough. It was tough being a teenage boy in the 80s.
Oh, absolutely.
There was and I'm not
Ooh.
saying like today's movies aren't rough on a teenage boy.
Right.
I mean, but I don't think it was like so much pushed on like, I don't even know how to even say it without getting in trouble, but
Yeah.
like boobs.
Boobs. Oh yeah, everything was boobs.
I'm just gonna say boobs.
Oh yeah. Well, Hot Dog the movie, the ski movie, Hot Dog the movie.
Never heard of
There
it.
was,
Oh wait, you've never seen Hot Dog the movie?
oh, you got
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh,
I
Art.
haven't heard of it.
Art,
I'll
yeah.
have to look it
It's
up.
a lot of boobage.
There's a lot of boobs in that movie.
But when you're saying that, I immediately thought of Weird Science.
Weird science.
Weird
Science.
science. Like now those are like their Gen Z just kind of goes through those movies and it's just like, oh, that's not good. Like
Right.
the scene, the scene that they go after on Weird Science is the shower scene.
Yes, the shower scene.
And they're like, "Oh my God, you know, the grown woman in the shower with 2 boys," and I'm like, "Yeah, so
What about it? What about it? You know, well, you know, yeah,
it's
but,
fictional.
yeah, no,
It's
see,
fictional.
but back then,
she's a Barbie doll.
back then,
Barbie doll.
we didn't have hot enough teachers that they were sleeping with students.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's true. And
Now you've got hot teachers sleeping with students now, so it's not that far fetched to believe.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was that going on. Most likely, probably like more of a male teacher.
Yeah,
female
back then it's probably
student,
more
but
male, female.
I know all my female teachers in school were not looking like the teachers nowadays.
no,
No, but you know,
my
and-
Spanish teacher in 8th grade.
yeah, that basically too, like all the female gym teachers basically look like you know lesbians who were in the Marines. You know,
Yeah, you said it.
I'm saying.
Hold on, where's that button?
I know, but
I didn't say it.
well, plus two, you know, I mean, MTV came out and that was a lot
Oh,
of
man.
hot women in videos. I mean, Samantha Fox, every time she made a video, I was like, huh?
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I mean, for a teenage boy in
Oh,
the
yeah.
'80s, it was just like sex was everywhere.
Oh,
It was,
absolutely.
you know,
Late 70s, 80s, yeah.
yeah. Just even think of just the commercials.
Yeah.
The commercials in the '80s. It was
Yeah.
just like how did we not drill holes in walls?
Well, it's funny because
I mean,
back when I was a kid, like
even the Pepsi commercial got
yeah.
you horny. It was just like
you know, late
Cindy Crawford.
late
yeah.
elementary, junior high school, we would watch Hee Haw. My dad watched it for the music.
Oh, God.
I watched it for the girls. Hee Haw
What is
Honeys.
Hee Haw?
Your dad was
What is-
watching.
Oh, you've never seen Hee Haw? All
Nah.
right, so Hee Haw was a weekly variety show.
Okay, it's a
It was
variety.
country. It was country music.
Oh,
And
wow.
they'd bring on a country star every week. But they had these 4 to 5 hot women. Yeah, pop up Hee Haw real quick.
All right.
Just so Art,
Hee haw.
just pop up the Hee Haw Honey so
If
Art
you
can
stop
see what.
talking, it will find it, Mr. Sharp.
Oh, sorry.
Hee haw.
Pop up that one right there. Go back right there.
Those?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So they're wearing Daisy Duke shorts on the show, and they're wearing
Oh.
they're wearing Daisy Duke shorts. They're wearing short skirts. Their cleavage is popping out everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, my mom and dad they're listening to it for the music. You know, Lisa London, Ganilla Hutton, Misty. Oh, God.
Always knows
Yeah,
all
what
the
was
names.
Misty's last name? Oh God.
Come on, Bob. Don't let us down.
Linda Thompson married Bruce Jenner before he married Kardashian.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Bruce Jenner was there?
No.
He married one of the
Linda
girls.
Thompson. Actually, Linda Thompson was the last person who was married to Elvis before he died. So she's up there behind Lulu Roman.
Really?
Lulu Roman was the big lady. She just died recently.
This one?
No, come down. Lulu Roman's the big lady.
Right there. This
No,
one.
there's only one big lady.
This one.
No. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's Lulu Roman. So the girl next to her on the right there, that's Linda Thompson. Linda Thompson was the last lady married to Elvis.
I love messing with him.
But yeah, they wore Daisy Dukes and they wore
Damn.
shirts showing cleavage, and you know they played country music. And I'm telling you, man, right there,
Wow.
there's every Saturday, man, it was just like,
Yeah, my dad religiously watched this show.
oh hell yeah! Then we had to watch Lawrence Welk. Since Lawrence Welk came on, we all bolted outside.
Tiny bubble.
Yeah, but yeah, they were just.
That's why it was tough being a boy.
Yeah, see
Teenager.
now that photo is years afterwards, so that's not the original ones because the Mandrell sisters were on there and they were not part of the original Hee Haw Honeys. But
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
yeah, but yeah, Hee Haw, man, that was. I'm telling you, man, that's what we had going on in the '70s, right there.
Yeah. It was
Every Saturday, that's what we were watching on TV.
I don't want to drag an image in there. I just
No.
want you to open that image.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the lady in the straw hat though. Dude.
Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Hey, Minnie. Hey.
But
wait,
yeah,
wait.
That's
she missing teeth?
yeah, no, that was Ronnie. That was Ganella Hutton right there. Lulu Roman.
That was married.
That one right. All right, so the one right here, the one right there, that's Linda Thompson. She was the last lady married to Elvis,
Yeah.
and then she also married Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Beautiful women. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Women. Beautiful women.
Absolutely. So anyway, yeah, our late '70s. That's what we were watching on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then, come on, our cartoons. We had Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, who are fine.
Never seen him.
Oh, really? Electra Woman and Dyna Girl.
Come on, you didn't have a thing for Mrs. Flintstone?
Oh, yeah, of course I did, Wilma.
Mm.
That was a cartoon.
Oh,
Pop up Electra Woman and Dyna Girl.
all right.
Well, to me, that was like, I guess.
Electric Woman?
Electra Woman and Dyna Girl.
And there you go.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So do this one right. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That was Dietrich Hall, and I can't remember the little girl's name. Dietrich Hall was on Days of Our Lives.
There, Art. You got Art excited because that's his.
Superheroes or what?
superhero, man.
Yeah. So we had this
I've
on.
just never heard of this before. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was also a
What the hell's going on over here?
Spider Lady. She was a villain. That Spider
Ooh.
Lady and Electra Woman, Dyna Girl.
Okay.
Also, we had another.
What the?
Yeah, we had another.
70s, man.
We had another cartoon. Well, it was called ISIS.
Yeah.
Pull up ISIS, the cartoon, and look at her. She was
don't pull
fine.
up ice.
No, ISIS was fine, man. ISIS was incredible, dude.
ISIS.
I knew that was gonna pop
No,
up.
hold on, man. No, I didn't know, but
That's what I said.
no. Let's go down and see if they show the cartoon.
Oh, cartoon. You want the cartoon?
Yeah, I want the cartoon ISIS. Cartoon character. No, you just said ISIS cartoon.
You just brought this show way down.
No, come on, dude.
Was it
Ice-
even spelled the same way?
Yeah, ISIS.
Wow. Oh,
Do
wow.
the ISIS cartoon character.
No, wait, 1970s.
1970s ISIS.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. There
So
you
anyway, they did a live
go.
action.
Thank God we
There she
found
is.
it. Thank God we found it.
There's a live action right there. She
Okay.
was kind of hot.
And this is Flash Gordon.
Shazam,
Shazam.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Right.
I don't know these things. You have to go to Art for that.
Yeah.
Nerdville.
I don't know.
Nerd-
any
Oh no, dude! ISIS was a babe, man. She wore these. Oh God, ISIS was. Yeah, but see, that's what we were getting Saturday morning. You know, we were getting Electra Woman, Dyna Girl. We were getting ISIS,
Yeah.
All right, I don't remember any of this stuff.
and then
Yeah,
at
yeah.
night we got Wonder Woman with Linda Carter.
Wonder Woman. Well, Linda Carter was.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
She is the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but see, my favorite was Buck
Tracy
Rogers in the
house. Shout
25th
out
century.
Tracy.
Yep.
Buck Rogers.
In the
Yeah,
25th
Flash
century.
Thompson.
Oh no, Princess Ardala of the Draconians was fine. Pam Hensley.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you had
Give me what?
Flesh Gordon. That was
Flash Gordon was great. Was a great movie. Not Flash. The X-rated version. No, it's an X-rated version of Flash Gordon called Flesh Gordon. It was great, dude. Flesh Gordon's a great movie. Yeah,
I'll have
I
to look that up.
swear to God, dude, you got to watch it.
yeah, just make sure your wife's not in the room.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Flesh Gordon was a great.
Yeah, porn came a long way from the 70s.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was-
Well, and that's coming back to what you're saying with like commercials and stuff. We don't really need that anymore because you have
just
just
sex is everywhere.
Yeah, oh,
girls
yeah.
working on IG. I mean, I don't even.
Pornhub's free.
Is it? I never heard of that.
Pornhub
Yeah,
is
What
free.
is- Oh, that's a. Oh, okay.
Go to the site. Pornhub is free.
Pornhub is free.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the clips, they got little clips.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
they got 10-minute clips. They got
Well,
7-minute clips. They got 20-minute
Yeah,
clips.
but let's be honest. Most guys only get about 80, maybe 90 seconds into a clip. and they're done.
Oh no, seriously, it'll depend. You know, I mean,
They're making money.
it all depends on when Kazumi takes off her clothes. Then it's all over.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
By the way, if you guys have not seen Kazumi, she is so hot. She's Asian, thick. Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like TikTok, Instagram. I'll be looking at
Yeah.
different reels, and then I'll just slide on, and it's some girl,
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I showed my daughter yesterday. I said, look at my feed.
Mhm.
Okay. And you slide through my feed. My page was always dedicated to vaping. So when you go down my feed, it's nothing but vape juice,
Right.
devices, stuff. But as soon as I click on the real thing,
Yeah,
all of
exactly.
a sudden it's like, wait a minute, where's the vape stuff?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
am I seeing, all this stuff that I never clicked on it? And she
Right.
goes, my daughter's like, sure, you never clicked on it.
If
Oh,
you look, sometimes it'll show someone that you follow liked it, so
Yes.
they just,
Yeah.
they just assume, or they want to put it in your algorithm.
Well, yeah. No, if it's a hot chick somewhere, John, I liked it.
Yeah, it's probably
Bob's
Bob's
Sharp.
fault.
Well,
This is-
I also look, I follow the girls
Bob
from
Sharp liked this video.
I follow the girls from Pink Panthers because they wear hardly anything making coffee, man. It's just I've even rolled up a couple of them. How you doing? I used to love the girls at Bottoms Up, but all my favorites left.
That's it. That's why I get to
Bottoms
see all
Up.
that shit.
Bottoms Up has some incredible, beautiful women wearing thong bikinis making comments.
And what is this place?
It's Bottoms Up.
Oh, I never heard of it.
They got, well, and Pink Panthers, they got 3 locations here in Modesto. One of
Okay.
them's on Yosemite. One of them is Prescott and Briggsmore.
Oh, I'm wearing my.
And the other one
hat.
is Dale Road and
it's all good.
Pellendale, right in front of O'Brien's Market.
Okay.
They're drive-through coffee shops.
Yeah.
Drive-through coffee
And
shop.
they wear bikinis. And if you go to Pink Panthers on Crow's Landing, they wear thongs and pasties. Man, that's it.
Yeah, dog. My dog farted.
I don't know your dog's right.
Yeah.
now.
I don't see no dog in here.
No, we're not just. We're actually, Tracy. We're kind of talking about how it was tough to be a teenage boy in
Right.
the '80s, and
It
of
was.
course, you got to go right into porn.
Right.
Just it was tough. It was tough. Every channel you turn to, and then like you got to remember too, like the introduction,
Pink Panthers.
the introduction to HBO and
Oh, yeah,
Cinemax
HBO,
in the-
man.
in the '80s. I mean. Yes, we did have to wait for our parents to go to bed and then sneak out of our rooms and then keep the TV to like super low. I used to watch, as we used to call it, what was it, Bob? Cinemax had
Cinemax.
Cinemax.
See, we got to HBO and Cinemax like in 1978.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we only had one TV in the house and 4 rooms. So my parents would go to bed like at 8 o'clock.
Just watching that.
Yeah,
stuff.
so I'd be out there. I wasn't 16 yet, so I wasn't going out cruising McHenry. But I'm like that looking at the TV guide.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, rated R,
Yeah.
nudity.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you turn it down real low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it was tough, and then
It was.
you had the VCR. So if you had the movies that you
Yes.
wanted to watch, unfortunately, like you'd have that one brother that kept replaying that same scene. So that was always worn off.
Yeah.
So you're just like, what happened right there? You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
It still makes me laugh that like it's still like the number one paused scene in history. And it's what's her name crossing her legs.
Oh, Sharon Stone, Basic
Sharon
Instinct.
Stone.
Basic Instinct. It's still like it's rated the number
Really?
one pause scene in history.
I thought it would be Phoebe Cates getting out of the pool at Fast Times.
that's up there
when she
too.
takes off her
That is
top.
up there too. But her
Whoa,
that's
I don't remember that.
what you don't
On
know.
Fast
That's like the
Times?
Yeah,
crucial-
Fast Times. Brad's in the bathroom.
Yeah,
He's looking at the
yeah,
pool,
Yeah.
and he's like, he's
Oh, but
fantasizing.
yeah.
She
but
gets
they
out of the
They
pool.
don't show anything.
Yeah, she gets out of the pool. She takes
No,
off her
yeah.
top. You can see her boobs,
Mhm.
and she's like, Brad, I've always wanted you.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she got like, he's dreaming of this, right?
Yeah.
So she has like water in her. So she runs into the bathroom to get a Q-tip, opens the door. He's sitting on the toilet just going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, Phoebe.
Yeah,
Phoebe
yeah, yeah.
Cates, she was.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, man. I don't know how I made it.
Phoebe Cates was gorgeous. I mean, it's
Tracy Skinamax. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember it.
dude. She was hot in Gremlins.
Yeah,
She was like that
Gremlins, there
girl
you
next
go.
door in Gremlins.
Don't feed him after midnight, Bob.
Don't feed him after midnight, man. Don't get him wet.
Don't get them wet.
Yeah. Yes, Tracy Skinamax.
Skinamax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tracy remembers that.
Oh yeah.
And like I was saying, it was like it wasn't just the movies. It was the commercials and everything else.
See the car, the Gremlin.
The
Mhm.
green gremlin.
My buddy had a Gremlin in high school. He lifted it
cool.
and put big tires.
Wow, that would look awesome.
I
like that. I like that.
Well,
Have you
at least the gremlin didn't explode when you backed into
AMC
it.
Pacer did, yeah.
The AMC Pacer did, and the Pinto.
and
the
the
Pinto,
Pinto, yeah.
Pinto would explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
I
It
thought
was,
she was pretty cute too. The
yeah,
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
yeah,
Yeah.
See, I love Bob. He just boom, name, bam, boom, boom,
No,
Bob,
it
boom, boom, boom.
It was
Yeah.
the 70s, man. It was the 80s. What else am I gonna do?
Yeah, Tracy, I will ask you, how tough was it for you? How was sex a big deal? Like the commercials and movies for women? I really never got a woman's opinion on what it was like.
Yeah.
Was it frustrating for?
Hey, Bertha.
Was it
frustrating.
frustrating?
Shout out Bertha.
We'd ask Bertha, but she's a youngster.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a youngster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never asked. I never really, paid attention to the stress level of
Right.
sex for a teenage girl in the 80s. I don't
Yeah,
think it
but I
wasn't
mean,
force fed down. their
but
throat.
look at all the TV shows, right? So
Other things were forced down their throats.
all the guys on TV, Eric Estrada was a good looking guy on Chips. He had the hair.
There you go.
You know, you had the guys on Baywatch were all studs.
See, very confused.
You know, every movie had to have a good looking dude.
Yeah.
You know, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon with Sam Jones.
Yeah.
You know, you had all these good looking dudes. You know,
So it made them very self-conscious back.
Yeah.
in the day.
yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the truth. That's
Women were judging
Yeah,
themselves.
always about the always like, oh, look at her,
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, because I mean, no, in high school you had the cheerleaders, and every girl wanted to be a cheerleader.
Yeah.
You know, and they all had the Farrah Fawcett feathered back hairdo.
Yeah,
You know, and just
I
it
miss
was
the '80s girls.
Really?
Yeah, it just the problem with kissing an '80s girl was the hair. You didn't want to get that poked in your eye or cut your face because
you're like so I was over 21, so you find a girl in a bar, you talk to her, bring her home, and you're like having sex with her. You never put your hands on her hair because all the frequent Aquanet that was in there.
Cut you.
You would come back and you'd have a bloody stump.
You have to go to Memorial Hospital.
Yeah,
right?
this is the scene right here where he's starting to fantasize about her.
Yeah.
This is the dream part, Art. So he's like, oh,
I remember this.
Yeah. Everybody, if you don't remember this scene in Fast Times at
like,
Ridgemont High.
oh, Brad, you know I really want you.
You know, Brad.
Yeah, you know, Brad, I've always thought
Brad.
you cute. Yeah.
Hey, but too, you know what? Now that I think about it, like Tracy, every guy in the '80s, that was a lead was an asshole.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like the character or?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
they skipped it.
Of course, it's you. It's YouTube, Bob.
No boobies on YouTube.
No.
Like I said, I've never seen. I've
right.
seen this movie,
All
seen
right.
that part. I don't think I ever
All right.
remember seeing her actually.
So the part where
nude, so
right, the part that she does this
Mhm.
in the movie,
Mhm.
she opens up and exposes herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we were talking about Hee Haw, it really
Right
reminded
there.
me of holy smokes. That really happened?
That really happened.
That really happened. Yeah.
Art's like, that really happened?
I gotta
All
go.
these years.
Art's got to go rewrite.
I got to go get the unedited version.
Hey, there is still one Blockbuster open. It's in Oregon, so
Okay.
you want to head on up there and get.
No, I mean, look at Jennifer Jason Leigh.
That's what I was about to say too. What?
Yeah.
What movie was that?
The Fast Times at Ridgemont
Fast
High.
Times in Ridgemont High, dude.
Dude, watch the unedited version.
I think I've been watching because I've been watching them on TV. my
Yeah,
whole life.
you gotta get the unedited version. Yeah, that's her in Fast Times.
Macho Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, like every guy was like, every movie had like the good nice kid,
Right,
Or,
the
like,
good nice kid.
Yeah. Let's just do Karate Kid.
Karate Kid, yeah.
Let's just do
Yeah,
Karate.
Karate Kid was average, but then you had Billy Zabka, who was like Johnny, and he was a stud. He was,
Oh,
Collar up, foot
had
up.
the money, had the car. But that's but
the real hero.
getting back
Yeah.
to women forever judge themselves is because
Oh, hold
they
on,
were
let
always
me-
trying
hold
to
on, let me get my
compete.
finger in the
no.
Okay.
They were always trying to compete, and they're like, I've got to be looking just like her or act like her if I want a
Yeah.
good looking guy.
But don't you think guys did the same thing?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. But I don't think we were as judgmental of each other.
Oh no.
We were like envious of them.
We were because I went to high school at Davis, and that's where the rich kids went at the time.
Yeah.
So guys are coming to school in Mercedes. I'm driving a Duster, but still, Cruz McHenry. It was a free for all because most of us had regular cars. We didn't have fancy
Bertha, I
cars.
need more.
Bertha, he's out. And it's like, Cruz McHenry was like the toughest thing because if you had your buddy with you, my buddy Bobby Perez thought he was God's gift to women. So I always had to be on the outside where I couldn't talk to the girls. And he had the window next to the girl. So he's talking to the driver. I'm like, if the passenger's looking good, that's why some guys grow up and learn to be a wingman because we never get a shot at the hot one because we've never had a shot at the hot one.
You're a good wingman, though, Bob.
I try, man.
You're
I
a good
try.
wingman.
I will do.
Wingmen
Back in the
are
day,
important.
I would help any of my friends try to get laid unless they were married, which
Yeah.
I didn't believe in.
Yeah. So, what was it like for you, Art? I mean, growing up as a teenager, movies. Yeah,
Man, I have
You're nerding out though. You were like,
no. You guys remember Elvira?
Oh, Elvira,
Yeah.
Mistress of the Dark.
You have an Elvira.
Cassandra
Elvira.
Peterson.
I mean, is it to the point where the wife is worried?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never. Gilligan's Island.
Hell yes.
Ginger and Marianne.
Marianne or Ginger Art.
Why do I have to choose?
He's on the island. He's on the island.
That's my man. All right, there. Art's my man.
Look at his competition.
Why do I got to
He's
choose?
got Gilligan. He's got the skipper.
Well, Gilligan's young. He's got the stamina. I think the
I'll knock out the professor.
professor was kind of shy, but still he had the smarts.
Hey,
Skipper's a
they
big
wanted
dude.
the
He's
professor,
yeah.
though.
Skipper's not
They wanted
gonna.
the professor.
Yeah, Skipper's not gonna get it up and keep
you
it up
don't
for a
want to
long
mess.
time.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the professor because he can make shit out of coconut.
Yeah, hell yeah. You don't want.
He got a radio
Yeah.
to work with coconuts, dude.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, like I said, Gilligan's young. He probably kept it up
Yeah.
the longest.
And he was the one that was always getting flirted with.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
absolutely.
Like this.
Speaking of Gilligan's Island, don't you feel like, I know it's been a very long time, but don't you feel like they deserve, with the fans of Gilligan's Islands that have been fans like since the beginning, and
Yeah.
now this new generation that have become fans, don't you think that we deserve an ending?
Well, they
They
did.
did.
They did.
No.
They got him off the island,
And then they got lost again.
Yeah, and they got lost again, but they got him off the island. Then they did. They got lost again, but then they got found again, and then Mr. Howell opened a resort.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a fake ginger because she didn't want to re-up for that.
She didn't want
So they had a fake ginger, but they had Marianne, they had the professor. I think Alan Hell Jr. wasn't on there, but Gilligan was. But yeah, I mean, they did 2 or 3 things afterwards.
Nice.
Tracy, your favorite movie? Give us your favorite movie. I'm
Oh.
curious to see what. Should we give her a genre? Comedy, drama?
I mean, yeah, whatever movies who
Yeah.
knows what she likes to watch. It could be
Yeah.
a documentary. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
For
you know,
you-
I
what-
think
for you.
Peggy Bundy. That was
Peg Bundy's. Yeah, Katie Seagal.
Yeah.
another, and that was the mom and the daughter kind of situation.
Yep.
Like they were both.
There you
I'm going to show you something of Peggy Bundy. See if
Oh,
I can find it
okay.
in our old chat here.
Her little sisters were the Doublemint twins back in the 80s.
Oh, really?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See, that was even just a commercial about gum, and they had.
yeah. Those are Katie Seagal's little sisters. The Doublemint.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a fan of hers for sure.
Let me find this because Bruce, I think I put it in here. I think. I don't know. We'll
Trying to
see.
think who else kind of shaped my adolescence as far as women. I mean, Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
You can't.
You
You can't
guys were a
comment.
little
You can't
bit,
comment on Save on the Bell.
No,
You
no,
wait.
I know. I was so with that. But I remember Party of Five. Jennifer Love Hewitt started on Party of Five. She was young.
Shout out.
So, hey, Gil
Jennifer
Gadot.
Love Hewitt.
It's AI.
Yeah, her boobs are too big, but
Yeah,
that's Gil Gadot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lost Boys. Oh, and
Oh.
Goonies. 2 of the great movies.
Dude,
Two
Lost
great-
Boys was incredible.
Yes.
Lost Boys is one of my favorite movies of all time. The Goonies was good. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So as Jennifer Love Hewitt got older,
Yes,
she did a
sir.
series called The Client List.
Yes, sir.
And then she had more curves than she had before because she's pushing like late 30s, early 40s. And she's a masseuse. And I'm like looking at her watching, like, God damn, she got hotter as she got older.
Yeah.
No, The Lost Boys was an incredible movie. One of my first,
Film,
a crush.
Film not too far from me and Mr. Sharp and Art.
A
What?
crush was Jamie Gertz, who is the brunette in Lost
Wow.
Boys. I love Jamie Gertz. Oh shit, yeah. But yeah, Jamie
Barbarella
Gertz,
is that
Lost
big
Boys.
again.
I
Lost
love
Boys
AI.
was just
I love
an
AI.
incredible movie.
Yeah, the Jamie. Who? What?
Jamie Gertz.
Sorry, I was looking at something. Jamie Curtis. Yeah, she
He
was
lost his
beautiful.
track, his train of
She was
thought.
beautiful. And what other movies has she been in?
She was in Lost Boys. She was in
The wheels on the bus go.
Wasn't
round.
she?
no.
No, that's not the.
She was. God, I'm trying to think of some other movies. Her first acting gig was with Sarah Jessica Parker. They were in a TV show called Square Pegs.
Okay.
They were teenagers in high school.
I remember that one.
Yeah, Square Pegs.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jamie Gertz was just, man. Oh, Jamie Gertz was in Less Than Zero with Robert Downey and James Spader.
He knows, man. I'm interested because I do remember her in other movies. I just can't remember
Yeah.
the title of them. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. And when Demi Moore was in St. Elmo's Fire.
Sam Elmo's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
my
St. Elmo's
my
Fire.
thing was like Alyssa Milano.
Oh yeah, Alyssa Milano.
Like you said, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I love Jennifer. Alyssa Milano was hot until she went liberal, but that's all right. Sorry, my bad. Alyssa Milano was.
She could be listening, Bob. You never know.
Art Kiss of the Vampire. Kiss of the Vampire.
Never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Alyssa Milano's naked in Kiss of the Vampire. No, Embrace of the Vampire. Embrace of the Vampire.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do this to you guys.
I mean, yeah, the Moore.
She cursed? What? All right. I don't know. We'll I'm gonna find I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, there was like Charm. I mean, I guess I was a little bit old.
Oh, Elizabeth Shue. Elizabeth Shue.
Shue.
You know what, man? I
love Elizabeth Shue.
I liked the girlfriend in the
Jamie Lee Curtis. My God.
Oh yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
I mean, Trading Places.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
You're gonna say True Lies? Is that what you're gonna say?
True Lies, Trading Places, both. Yes.
And I found out we did a fact on that. I did an actual trivia question on my other show about that show. That is the first show with $100 million budget.
Wow.
True Lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
First show
They
with
had the
100.
jet.
First movie.
You know, they had
they went all out. Yeah, it was the first movie with $100 million budget.
Okay, so there was, remember Battlestar Galactica?
Arnold got 80 for doing the movie. No.
Battlestar Galactica, when it first came out, you had
Battlestar.
the guy who played Ben Cartwright, Lauren Green, and you had Richard Hatch and all this stuff. Stop. Let me finish this thought and then we'll get to this. There was an actress, Anne Lockhart. She was one of the pilots. I thought she was hot. So Sophie Marceau is incredibly beautiful. She was in Braveheart. She was the princess who fooled around with Mel Gibson.
Yeah. I remember.
Sophie Marceau. Oh my God.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at 1, 2, and 3 right now, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go on millennial first,
right?
Okay.
Just 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I don't really. Number one, I've seen those movies. I don't really consider her.
Let me put this up on the screen so our viewers can see what we're seeing.
Michelle Pfeiffer, though, yes. Growing up, I always Catwoman. I mean, come on.
I thought
Winona Ryder. Here's a unpopular opinion, but I fucking hate Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah.
I
thought for all the goth girls out there. She's cool, but
I thought she was good in Lucas when she was a teenager.
Oh yeah.
Lucas was a good man.
Yeah.
But Michelle Pfeiffer,
yeah,
she was okay. I would rather have Cameron Diaz than Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, Sophie Marceau, if you go back and look at her film history, she does mostly stuff in France.
Who was Diane Lane? I feel like
Diane Lane. Oh my God.
I know her, but I don't.
Diane Lane, watch the movie Streets of Fire.
Yeah.
Streets of Fire. Diane Lane was just in.
George, but you see there's 2, 3 words in there that makes her really hot to Bob.
Sandwich?
Can you spot those 3 words?
Nightclub Centerfold. Colleen Farrington.
No. Her parents' family.
State of Georgia.
Yes.
Got you.
No, I just.
Is she a Bulldog fan?
No, I don't know.
Diane Lane a Bulldog?
I don't know. But
yes,
Diane Lane
still has.
I thought she was just okay until she made Streets of Fire.
Yeah.
And then she made some movies like when she was in her 40s. She's a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
Demi Moore, I loved Demi Moore until she got the fake boobs. Demi Moore was fine.
Interesting.
Yeah. Never heard of Bahati Prinsloo.
I like Zoe
Deschanel.
Yeah, I do. I think she's like what I like about her is something I think that I like in a woman is funny. She's funny, man. Right. And I love New Girl. She was just great on that. And I didn't realize how many other movies she did. Like I did not realize that she was an elf.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't know why.
She's a beautiful person.
I did not realize that. And then I was watching Elf again this year. This is how long it took with my grand. We watch it every Christmas. And I'm sitting there And I'm looking at her and I'm going, where do I know this actress from? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. That's, and I'm like, there's some New Girls. I had no clue that it was her.
She did a movie called The New Guy where she played a bass player,
Yeah.
funk band.
Yeah.
I always love bass players.
Look,
so.
and you know who her sister, right?
Everybody? Yeah, from Bones.
Yeah, from Bones.
Yeah.
Okay,
she's pretty as well.
Yeah. So
they have very gorgeous eyes.
Yeah,
their eyes are.
Okay, go up. Sharon,
if they're green, I'm done.
There you go. Sharon Stone. No, she'd not be on.
She was too old for me at the time.
Sharon, the only thing she did was
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct. Right. I mean, Monica Bellucci's attractive. Very.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron,
beautiful.
She is.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm
shut up, Bob.
I'm not gonna say anything bad.
All right, go ahead.
I put like Selma Hayek in that list, dude, above Sharon Stone.
Charlize Theron. She did a really cool movie called Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde.
If you guys have not seen it, it's a fabulous movie.
And she did that one recently I just watched on Netflix where she's Can't Die.
Mm-hmm. The Old Guard.
The Old Guard's
great
movie. Great movie.
Scroll.
Like she's a great action star.
Oh, Amanda Seyfried. I love Amanda Seyfried.
Sounds familiar. Don't know who she is.
Cheryl. I don't know who Cheryl is. But Amanda Seyfried. She was in Mean Girls. She was always like the second banana. Like if you watch Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox,
the second,
she's like the backup girl.
I never heard that term before. The second banana.
Yeah, she was the second banana. She was.
Yeah, they still get credit for the on the credits.
Yeah.
They're never. That statement's always refers to like the actor that could never get the role. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but Diane Kruger, probably one of. I mean,
is that I love the whole her list. There were
no, we're still going down.
I was like, there were no non-white women in that list.
Hey. Thanks for pointing that out.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Who's voting on these? Damn it,
Diane,
goddamn teenage boys.
Diane Kruger. I'm trying to find this.
I mean, I was just pointing it out.
I said I noticed it too. But I held back my thoughts because I didn't want to do this to my.
Yeah. No, Diane
Halle Berry should have been on that list.
Oh, still beautiful.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek, Penelope Cruz.
Absolutely
beautiful. Oh yeah. So Diane Kruger was in.
We're not knowing the list, so they could.
No, dude, I'm not done. I'm not done. Go back up.
Okay,
Diane Kruger.
Go back up.
Right there, Diane Kruger.
Okay, Kruger.
She was in Troy.
Troy. And
she was in National Treasure and Book of Secrets.
You know what I don't like about her?
Is she the blonde in National Treasure?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to upset all the women out there. But she's just got the hugest forehead. It's like a billboard up there, dude.
Really?
Yeah. You can.
What, dude?
She can.
I mean, that's funny because like that's the picture they have of her.
You can see it too, right in there in that picture. I mean, she could promote her movies on her forehead.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, hot girl wise, Winona Ryder.
Marilyn Monroe. Catherine Zeta-Jones, I thought was hot for a minute.
1959.
Marilyn Monroe was it.
Yeah, no, she was beautiful, and it wasn't about a certain look. It was just she was sexy. You know, there's people that are just sexy because
five heads are not attractive. You're right, Tracy. 5 heads are not attractive.
Yeah.
Wasn't Marilyn Monroe also like a country girl when she
was? Norma Jean Riley.
Yeah. No, for me, it like with her. It wasn't like I'm trying to say this.
It just wasn't her looks.
No. Yeah, it wasn't just about her look. Right. She was just pure sexy. Yeah. And I think there's very few women that are like that today that are movie stars that are just absolutely, it doesn't matter, anything. She's just pure sexy.
Yeah, she was one of the first centerfolds.
The thing about her, I feel like was like, she looked like she liked to have fun.
Yeah.
I think that goes for anything.
Yeah, ask John F. Kennedy.
And Bobby.
That's why she died.
And Bobby.
Yeah.
And a few others.
I didn't mean it that way, but I just meant it was like she liked to have fun. It was always a fun time with it.
Zeta-Jones, beautiful woman.
She was good in Zorro, man. That's about it.
Jessica Alba.
I love Jessica Alba.
Gorgeous woman.
I would kill a guy to be with her.
Yeah, that was actually when I was like, she was on a show called Flipper when I was young.
Yeah. Then she did the TV series Dark Angel.
Did not watch it.
Really, Dark Angel? That was a good series, man. Dark Angel was a great series.
Tracy, I just got that, Tracy. I'm sorry.
I saw that earlier. I commented on that.
Yeah, we did a little bit of what did we drink? I forgot. That's
Everclear.
We did a little Everclear before the show.
Yeah, we did it. We did half a shot of Everclear.
We opened the bottle from 1980s.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That was an experience.
Yeah, Jessica Alba, Honey, Fantastic Four.
Oh, Honey.
What was the movie with? God, I hate that dude. He's Dane Cook.
Employee of the Month or something.
No. That was Jessica Simpson.
That was Jessica Simpson.
But he did a movie where every time he would have sex with a girl, they would get married to somebody.
Yeah,
interesting.
So he's dating Jessica Alba, and he doesn't want to have sex with her because every girl he's had sex with marries somebody else.
That's a real thing though too, isn't that? I feel like that's very.
Kate Winslet. I love Kate Winslet.
I only know her. That's it.
From Titanic.
Good luck, Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck. Good luck, Chuck. Yeah.
Tracy.
Oh yeah. Good luck, Chuck.
Yeah. Good luck, Chuck. Yeah. Oh, it's a funny movie. It's like I said, I'm not a big Dane Cook fan, but I don't know who this chick is.
Dan Cook.
The last.
Marion.
Let me share a little Dan Cook knowledge.
Dane Cook.
What's up with Dane Cook?
Smartest man out there. Really? He saw social media for what it was. He didn't hesitate. He got on MySpace. He started posting little clips. He is the innovator of the self-promotion for yourself. He started it all. He started on my. That's how he got big. He didn't get big from doing actual gigs.
Right.
He got big from opening up a MySpace page, started posting little clips of himself, and he just moved on, and he just blew up. But he's pretty much the guy that started the self-promotion.
That's how Justin Bieber got discovered on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube with Bieber, much later.
So I've heard of Bar Raffelli. I have no idea who she is.
All right.
Question for Art.
What's up,
go ahead, Ray.
Question for Art. How big is it?
You couldn't handle it, bud. You couldn't handle it, Ray.
If I took it out, this whole room would go down.
Eclipse.
Hold on. I know I got one.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Art, Art just walks around. His theme song is Me and My Big 10-inch. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
10-inch, that's small.
That's the shadow.
Yeah.
The shadow.
You a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
It's like another one, Natalie Portman.
Portman.
Moving on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Natalie Portman. Mila Kunis is gorgeous. Mila Kunis.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous.
Camilla Bell.
It's those Ukrainian women, man.
Yeah.
I just.
Shout out.
Shout out to
the bandana's out. Art ain't here to play, baby.
Oh, man,
shout out to the Ukrainian women by Art.
That's it. Mila Kunis.
Ray, you know what's up, Ray. I'm gonna get in trouble today.
Hey, Ray, you can't handle the truth.
You can't.
Ray already knows if the bandana's out.
That's the bandana's out.
I don't know the other
gang.
I don't know who she is.
I don't know who that is either.
I don't know who that one is. Oh, my favorite.
Man.
The woman that I am in love with, Angelina Jolie. Even to this day, I'm going to say it right now out loud so everybody on the internet can hear me.
Say it with your fucking chest, John.
She is the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth, Angelina Jolie.
Stop the cap.
And she's not even blonde. And you know my love for blondes.
Yes.
But Angelina Jolie is even still to this day, but in earlier days, Angelina Jolie is the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth.
Hackers. That's the only thing I really.
Hackers.
Oh no, Laura Croft, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Salt was good.
Yeah, that movie,
Maleficent, was good.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that's the movie that caused all the drama. That's when he actually fell in love. That's when he fell in love with her and left. Yeah. And let's all right.
Wanted was a good movie too.
Jennifer Aniston, do not sue us because we're going to talk about you right now.
Yeah, I know you're watching out there, Jennifer Aniston. I love you.
No. All right, yeah. Much love. A shout out to Jennifer Aniston.
Hell yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
We appreciate everything you do.
Yes.
All right. I want to get you guys' two opinions because I've had this conversation with my best friend and his son and Mike and a couple other guys. Yeah. There's got to be something wrong with Jennifer. I know, look, I don't want to sound like a male chauvinist pig here, but there's something going on with her that she could lose Brad Pitt to Angelina Jolie and lose every other man in her life. There's something. I don't want to say what it is that I personally feel like it is, but should I put my finger on the button, Bob?
No, I'm good. I'm not going to curse.
I think there's more to the whole thing of Jennifer Aniston.
I don't think to lose all those guys, not hang out with them for very much. I mean, to lose Brad Pitt to Angelina Jolie, you got to think that she's not a freak in the sheets.
It could be that. I think that that was one of my case arguments that she's just like that. Like it's not. How do I put it? It's almost like it's work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that moment. You know, like
or maybe she's too damn demanding.
Okay, because I listened to another show. Hey, I do. Okay. That's called Call Me Daddy. And I watched that show a lot. I listened to that podcast a lot. And she had, God dang it, what was her name? The girl that plays Tony Stark's wife.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes,
Gwyneth Paltrow,
and she's
pretty too.
Yeah, she was actually dating Brad Pitt before Angelina Jolie. And she's also dated some other top Hollywood guys. And she asked her flat out who was the better lover. And she kind of described in detail like what each guy was like. And she was talking about how Brad, like he's there. He's nothing else matters. Nothing else is going on. Brad is focused on what he's doing.
That's it.
And he knows what he's doing.
Brad's a man of the people.
She wouldn't name, shout out to Brad Pitt, but but she wouldn't name who was the best, but her description of each one of them during intercourse, I could say intercourse.
You can.
She said Brad was just really intense and involved, and like you were his main focus. Nothing else was going on around him or near him. She said like there could be cement trucks going on. His focus was making sure you had a good time.
Good for Brad.
Good for Brad.
Well, and
I'm thinking about bills. Did I make my car payment? Did I put gas in the car?
Brad Pitt definitely does not think of those things.
No, he does.
But I kind of had a similar discussion about Taylor Swift, actually. And my take on it is Jennifer Aniston, Taylor Swift are just some women who I think are
career focused.
Exactly. They're about that life. They're about that business. And to some men, they can't handle that. They want to have
can't handle a powerful woman.
Exactly. So.
And you're right too. He did want his own children, and she didn't want to make babies. She didn't want to make babies.
There's a lot of things, and then then on top of that you throw.
But again,
Angelina Jolie in your face, and you got to make
you throw the sexiest woman on the face of the earth.
It's hard, man. He did his thing, and who knows what problems they had before they started filming.
All right. We got to talk about number 25.
Megan
Fox. Shout out Machine Gun Kelly. That's his queen.
Well. Did he officially marry? Did they
after
get officially
Brian
married?
Austin Green?
I think they.
She had a good man.
And you know what? Fuck Brian. No,
hey.
I'm playing. But yeah, no, fuck that guy. Anyways.
Hey, think about it though, man. He's my age.
Oh, really? Wow.
He's 56 years old.
Brian Austin Green was nailing the
So shout out to Austin Green
for
getting Megan Fox to marry.
Brian Austin Green.
Hated his character in 90210.
Right?
Right? I'm assuming he's a good human. So
I mean, I didn't want him hooking up with Donna. But Donna had to hook up with somebody.
Damn, you were a 90210 fan?
Absolutely.
Hey.
Shout out to all those 90210 fans.
Religiously, we stopped whatever we were doing that day to make sure we watched 902. And then the show after was great too.
Melrose Place. Actually, so what I would do is I would go down to Mickey's on McHenry. I'd go in there and talk to the bartender, and we would turn the TV on, and her and I would watch 90210, and then we'd watch Melrose Place.
There you go.
Every week.
Yeah, you're right. I think, Ray. I think you're right. I think they are splitting up.
Damn, look at that, John. You have a chance, dude. Megan Fox.
John, you have a chance. Megan Fox.
I don't like her. I don't think she's that. I don't think she's all that.
So I don't know who Claire Forlani
search
is.
history says.
There is actually a scene. Let me copy this. And
you talk about Megan Fox a lot to not like her, John.
No.
Right?
No. I think she's okay as an actress. I don't think she's special as an actress.
Have you seen her as a blonde?
Yes, I have. I have. I've seen her latest movie, which is just amazing. Great.
The robot one,
and that's a perfect role for her because she doesn't talk that much.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
She doesn't have to remember that many lines. But I don't know if you. I am. Oh, I can't do that.
But MGK and Megan Fox just had a kid. But I don't.
But there's a scene on. I don't know if you guys know this, but she actually did.
You're gonna put up Jennifer's body on here.
She actually did an episode of 2.5 Men.
She did. She was Prudence.
Yeah,
she was the housemaid's Berta's granddaughter. Yeah, Berta's granddaughter.
Yeah, there she
is. Yeah, she was Berta's granddaughter.
And I think people need to realize same thing. I call it the Kelly Bundy syndrome.
Yeah.
People need to realize how old Kelly Bundy was when everyone was gawking over her. Okay. And the same thing here. I think she was underage when she did.
Mila Kunis started.
I see your problem. I see your problem with her, John.
Yeah, I see my problem.
That forehead, huh?
Yes,
she's hot. No, don't get me wrong. She's hot, but I mean, look at me. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not like I got a shot at Megan Fox. Give me a break. But I'm just saying, as far as pure beauty, I have.
Okay.
I need. There's got to be certain face features that I look for.
Do you think also has like maybe her personality has a lot to do with that? Like if you.
No. I think she's pretty cool. I'm willing to bet that she's a lot of fun. I mean, and I think you can have fun with her. You know. Okay. Yeah. I don't know these two girls. I know Rihanna.
Oh, Rihanna.
I know Rihanna.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Rihanna's. Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Who I don't know who Vera Farmiga is. Keep going, Candace. No. Madeline Stowe. Now, Madeline Stowe, she's an attractive lady. There's my girl, Selma Hayek.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Selma Hayek.
The next 20 minutes of this show will be about Selma Hayek.
Let's go.
Oh, no, man. I love Selma Hayek. Come on now.
All right. Shout out to Selma Hayek.
Yeah, shout out to Selma Hayek, man.
Selma Hayek is gorgeous.
She's also another awesome human being.
She is. She's her Lebanese and Mexican.
Yeah.
And so talking about, someone that seems like they would have, to have a good time. And
absolutely.
I like her. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say no to her. I'm not like
she's 58 and still looks gorgeous.
No, she does. She looks absolutely beautiful.
Jennifer Lopez is on J-Lo. She's up on there.
Yeah, I'm sure she's up there. She's up there. And then the next one is I consider the second most beautiful woman in the world.
Really?
I don't know who that is.
Really? Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence.
The bottom. Okay.
Jennifer Lawrence does nothing for me.
You need to get. You want to borrow my glasses?
I do. I will borrow your glasses. Maybe you can see something that I don't.
I think she's just now. Again, I need more than just looks, and I need a personality and someone that's fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And she fits all those.
She's
things.
fun. Yeah. From her interviews, she sounds like she.
Yeah. She looks like she wants to have a good time and have fun, and I like she's in the moment.
Yeah.
I like Vanessa Williams.
Love Vanessa Williams.
Absolutely gorgeous.
She was
woman.
Miss America.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Because of the naked picture scandal, she lost her crown.
Yeah.
But she was a singer, actress. I mean, Vanessa Williams.
Beautiful woman.
She's still beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful woman.
She's still beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what? Everyone's all over Kate Beckinsale. But,
she's beautiful. Yeah, Kate.
She's
beautiful. Yeah.
But I don't know
that accent too.
I've never seen interviews of her, but
she just doesn't do it for me. Now Jennifer Connelly, the next one. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. I love Jennifer.
She's so gorgeous. They
didn't
even give her a picture.
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer, she's done a lot of movies.
Another
Penelope Cruz,
gorgeous woman.
Yeah, Penelope Cruz,
gorgeous woman.
Yeah, I love.
All right, now let's do the next one, but let's
talk about my childhood.
All right, let's do 80s
Yeah,
Pamela Anderson.
Pam Anderson.
Let's take 80s, 90s Pamela Anderson.
Baywatch Pam Anderson was gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, Pam Anderson after Tommy Lee went downhill.
I disagree. I liked her in Home Improvement.
That was before Baywatch. Yeah, Home Improvement. Yeah,
way before
Baywatch.
Her natural look.
That was Carmen Electra. She's another one. Yeah.
Carmen Electra was
fun.
Alicia Silverstone. I love Alicia Silverstone.
And I'm a big fan of Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger, yes. Nicole.
That's the only reason you watched 8 Mile. You were saying was because of
Nicole Scherzinger is.
All right, we're about to upset Ray Ray.
Oh no, that's okay.
Ray Ray's girl coming up number 42.
Who's Nicole?
Nicole, she was in the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah. Nicole, she's beautiful.
Oh man, yeah.
But I don't know, man. I just think she's that generic pop Hollywood thing, and she doesn't do anything different for me.
All right, Ray. I hope you're sitting down, Ray. I hope you're sitting down. All right, number 42 is, which is shocking that she's so far down on this list, but Beyonce.
Yeah.
All right, without upsetting, you want me to put my finger on?
No. I think Beyonce is beautiful, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that was obviously like my she came out when I was, my teens and stuff. Destiny's Child. Yeah.
Do you think she screwed over Destiny's Child?
Oh, absolutely.
I did when I was younger, but as I got older, I understand sometimes you just gotta look out for yourself, man.
Yeah. I get where you're going with that.
If you're about doing work and your coworkers or whoever, your group mates, they don't want to put in that much work, eventually you're gonna outshine them. Like can't be mad at that. But yeah, when I was a lot older, I was kind of man, that sucks. They probably got in her ear. The industry, label heads and stuff like that were like, why share?
Why share the spotlight?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing as the Supremes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Diana Ross, they were doing good. The Diana Ross just said, "Screw it, I'm going solo. Screw the rest of you."
What was it? Because the other ladies were lacking, or was it someone got in her ear?
All right. So who were the Supremes? None of them made it big.
I got you saying. Yeah.
After that, Diana Ross was like, "Well, I'm the star, so I'm going to move on and screw you guys."
Yeah, I think the same thing applies with unfortunately the band I'm going to name, the Beatles. I mean, it was I think the same thing got in their heads. I think Paul McCartney figured he can go on his own. I think Elton John think.
John Lennon.
Do you believe that Paul McCartney died in the 70s? Or
no, we've done that.
Paul McCartney's still alive.
Yeah, we did. We dug into that.
I just had to know what side you fell.
Yeah, we did that on the another episode of the BS show. We tackled some of the top conspiracy theories that were out there, and we were like, okay, and he's one of them. Yeah, they replaced him with the twin.
Whatever, dude. Okay.
Naomi Campbell, beautiful woman.
She is.
A beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Claudia Schiffer, yes. Love Claudia Schiffer.
Hey.
Swing. Okay. Halle Berry, my girl. I love Halle Berry.
I don't know how Halle Berry's all the way down.
Everything.
She should have been like number 2.
Yeah. All right, get ready to hit the button.
All right, go.
You can keep hitting it.
Okay.
Got nothing fucking nice to say about Jane Fonda. You can keep scrolling, get her name off there, okay?
Oh, Jane
Fonda. Yeah, I think.
No, get her off that.
Emma Stone, absolutely beautiful.
Emma Stone, Scarlett Johansson.
Another number 3 in my list.
Absolutely.
Number 3, most beautiful woman in the world.
Victoria Silvstedt. She was a Playboy. Yeah, she's a Playboy playmate.
Yeah, she's beautiful too. Now this is a tough one.
No, that one you could definitely scroll up.
Oh, the generational
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, you could definitely scroll up on that one.
Ariana Grande.
She's at the body of a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, she is. Nicole. Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Keira Knightley. I wasn't a big fan until.
Hey, wait, we're still on Adriana Grande.
We're past that. You heard my comment. She has the body of a 14-year-old boy. Go up.
Yeah, I do. But she married somebody too. She got married, right?
That's fine. You can keep scrolling. I don't care.
The other one, very beautiful woman too.
Yeah. She's
Ella McPherson.
Not mad at where she's at.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keira Knightley, like when she started doing the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She
was in a movie with so I first saw her. Bend It Like Beckham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in that movie.
Interesting.
Elle
Naomi Watts.
McPherson was beautiful.
Mhm.
No.
Naomi Watts. Sherilyn
Oh,
Fenn.
here we go.
Sherilyn Fenn.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that's my girl right there.
Who?
Carla Gugino.
Never heard of her.
Oh, she's in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
She's
remember.
Italian. She's Italian.
Remember Spy
There you
Kids
go.
on Disney?
Spy Kids. Yeah.
That was the mom on Spy Kids. That was
gotcha.
Antonio Banderas, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the mom. Carla Gugino was the mom.
Okay.
She's done some pretty good. She was in.
Oh, she's not. I thought she was married. I thought she married like some dude.
Hold on. Carla Gugino. What was the movie with?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to Google that.
Carla Gugino.
Not that I don't trust you, Tracy, but
Bruce Willis, Mickey Rourke, Jessica Alba was in the movie.
Oh, Sin City.
Sin City. She was in Sin City.
Oh, spouse. Yeah, this dude.
Yeah,
Weird.
she was,
She's been married. Oh wait, you're right. He divorced.
Yeah.
She divorced him in 2024. So
in Sin City,
you're correct.
Mickey Rourke comes over to
Bonus
see
point
her.
for Tracy.
And she's wearing the see-through like robe with just the little underwear. That's Carla Gugino.
Hey, shout out to Tracy for getting that right. Shout out Tracy.
Yeah.
Hey, we are an hour in, and Art Hatton said his
What?
his famous words.
Nah, man.
Come on.
But I understand. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yeah, now it's a
Shout out
podcast,
to
baby.
Dirty bastard.
Now it's a podcast.
Yeah, ooh, dirty bastard. Yeah, she's got the body of a 14-year-old boy. I mean, I just,
Yeah, I'm not.
where were we? Sherilyn Fenn was gorgeous. Yeah, Carla Gugino.
Yeah,
But Carla Gugino is one of my all-time favorites. Man, she was just so hot.
All right, let's go. Katy Perry.
All
I
right,
think Katy Perry's cool.
California Girls when she's she's laying naked on the cloud. Oh my god. Yeah. Yes. 2 more minutes.
All right. So let me go there. Let me go here.
Bob.
All right, let me go here. Do you think she deserves the crap that she's getting right now?
Yes.
Okay.
No, man. I don't think anyone. The thing about being a public figure,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna get public opinions, man. Not everyone's gonna like you.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
live your life, do what you do, fuck the haters, and
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
going.
that's my take on it, because it's just like she did something that's pretty fucking amazing,
Yeah.
you know, and your emotions are all over the place.
Right.
I mean, you just went up and you saw Earth,
Mhm.
you know.
For 11 minutes.
I don't care if it's 1 minute, dude. I
Mhm.
would pay to see that 1 minute, Bob.
I understand.
It's an amazing.
I understand,
amazing
but
thing.
just don't come down and makes you an astronaut. The
Oh,
lady
no,
who was
I
up there
know,
for,
but that's what I'm saying.
for
I
almost
think-
a year, that lady's an astronaut.
Yeah,
okay,
I get that. No, I get.
no,
what
it's
you're saying.
amazing. I would love to go. Up
I
to
think
space
your
too.
emotions, though, you're
Yeah.
on cloud.
You're
nine.
just saying
You're
whatever
just-
the hell
yeah.
pops out of your.
Dude, I would be
Absolutely.
like when I would have done the same thing. I would have got out there. I would have fucking kissed the ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Thank you, thank God, I got to see this.
Yeah.
But thank God we're still alive."
I kiss the ground when I get out of airplanes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you
Fucking bow.
never know, man.
He's looking
You
for a
never know.
lay. No, that the lay.
I know.
Yeah, all
I
right.
don't know why I'm going
Don't
to
go
Hawaii.
there.
Yeah, Art's like, yeah, you have to play, got to lay. Let's go, honey. We're gonna do it now because John said you got to get a lay.
Art's like, what airline are you taking, John?
That's it.
Yeah, so I don't feel like she went a little overboard, but I think people need to also realize that it's a pretty amazing thing that she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I think the grief that is going on with that whole situation is the current status of what's going on in the country, and
Sure.
to see a celebrity spend that much money
Yeah.
to do that. But my saying is, fuck you, it's my money.
It's my
I'm gonna
money, yeah,
spend
right.
it- I'm going to spend it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
All those people who, or at least most of them that are saying negative things, if you had that money, you'd do whatever the fuck you
Well,
want.
see,
Hell yeah.
here's all right. So here's the whole deal, right? And this is how I look at things.
She did. She stole
Yes.
some girl.
Yeah, Ariana Grande. I think she's talking about, but
Oh, okay. All right.
but
Yeah, that's why I'm like, fuck Ariana.
but I will never tell people how to spend their
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
Because that gives them the right to tell me how to spend my money.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
upset with the statement she made. It's not the fact that she went up there.
Oh yeah, I'm just the whole. I'm an astronaut. No, you're up there for 11 minutes.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Grace Kelly was gorgeous.
yeah. She was. If you're
Back in the
100.
50s and 60s, Grace Kelly till she died.
Yeah.
Leading
Would I know
Meester.
her from anything? Or
Grace Kelly. She was the
no?
Queen of Monaco.
she married a guy that was disguised that he was homosexual
Yeah.
his whole entire life.
But yeah,
Shout out
Grace.
Grace Kelly.
Yeah, no, Grace Kelly. She did a lot of movies in the '60s, and she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Grace Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were like brunettes not really hot in your guys' era? Was it the blonde?
Well, no. I you know what? Every so in the '70s they pushed blondes.
They still do. You watch Fox?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Sydney Sweeney's a
Right.
blonde.
So
Yeah, shout out to
after
Sydney
my
Sweeney.
20s and dating and stuff,
Yeah.
I chased blondes for a while, but I realized gotta have more fun with dark hair.
I
Brunette.
It was just a question because my era, I think redheads were like the
redhead,
agenda pushed on us. I noticed a lot of redheads.
Redhead with green eyes, I was done.
Brandon, blonde, brunette, redhead,
All of them.
all of them. You know,
There you go. He said,
Yeah.
bald chicks.
All
Shout out
chicks.
bald.
Bald
All chicks should have a shot at
Here you
Brandon.
go. Margot Robbie, go up. I've never heard of the
Okay.
other two.
Where's Margot Robbie?
Go down. There you
okay.
go.
Margot
There you
Robbie.
Margot Robbie. There you go.
Yeah,
Is she Australian or New Zealand?
Australia.
She's Australian.
Australian, Queens Island.
And her
Something-
parents were Scottish.
Something's popping off right now with the Australian, New Zealand accent. I'm seeing it a lot more.
Oh yeah, there's a fight over your X-Man guy.
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he is actually
he's
from
from
New
Australia.
Zealand, but he was born in
Oh.
he was born in New Zealand but raised in Australia. So
Okay.
he considers himself Australian.
There you
but
go.
Yeah.
People say he's not Australian; he's New Zealand.
Okay.
Mel Gibson's from Australia, right?
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Dude, he did a great movie called Gallipoli about World War One.
Wasn't that girl Naomi Watts also from Australian?
She's from England.
Yeah.
Naomi Watts.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Naomi
thought-
Watts is
'cause I
England.
thought she was friends with that other lady from
I don't know who
Australia.
you're talking
I thought it said she's number 43, I think.
about. Number 43, 43.
I
Wow.
think she was around that area.
She
But
ran that 43.
anyways, yeah.
Naomi Campbell. Oh no, you said Naomi Watts. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know who Naomi
Yeah.
was.
She's a actress. She's keep
right
going.
there.
She was in like 21.
She
grams.
is from England.
England, yeah.
Oh, she's
Shoreham. Shoreham.
That's cool, man. Yeah, there was a time too where they were like, I was noticing a lot of.
We're getting down to that
English
number
women.
of the chicks that I wouldn't date.
Yeah. Oh shit.
right.
Sienna Miller, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I got a shot with these.
Claudia Cardinal. She was like 60s.
You could still keep scrolling.
She was Isabella Rosa. Keep going, John.
Anybody you know?
No.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox.
All right, we got to stop up Courtney.
She's beautiful.
All right, I'm going to get right here. Everybody, hold on to your pants here.
Yeah.
Hold on to
All
your
right, all
pants. Yeah,
Of the women on
friends.
Friends,
Yeah.
who were you most attracted to?
Jennifer Aniston. Yeah,
Jennifer
yeah.
Aniston.
But
Yeah,
later on,
You're not going to like my vote, but
Lisa Kudrow.
no, he's gonna say Ross.
yeah.
No, Janice. Janice.
Chandler.
Phoebe.
Okay,
Yeah, Lisa
you're a
Kudrow.
blonde
Lisa
guy.
Kudrow.
Yeah,
Phoebe, I thought Phoebe was the most attractive
Yeah,
one on
Lisa
that show.
Kudrow.
Again, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny. I like a funny girl. I want a girl that's fun to be around.
Chandler.
Chandler.
Yeah, Courtney Cox, man. Shout out to Courtney
Courtney
Cox.
Cox was
Have you guys-
beautiful.
I know you
girl.
guys seen The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
of
Tell me
course.
she is not rocking in that movie.
She is. I
I think she had kids at the time,
Yeah.
so she was a little
with
bit
David
more-
Arquette.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was because in Friends she was like she was really skinny. You
Yeah.
could see-
Mia Sarah.
Yeah. I thought Phoebe.
Oh, she was. I thought. Okay, so Mia Sarah. I thought she was somebody else,
yeah, I think
but
she's
she's the chick from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
yeah,
Ferris
yeah.
Bueller's
She was hot.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
has very
She did.
beautiful eyes, yeah.
Yasmin
She got
Bleeth
lost in
was
love.
hot until she got into cocaine.
yeah.
Yes, complete-
She
that
was
name
on
sounds
Baywatch.
familiar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was
okay.
hot until she got into cocaine.
Okay, shout out
Jacqueline
cocaine.
Bracamontes, Olivia Wilde. Olivia Wilde is.
Olivia Wilde is
Yeah,
Oh,
beautiful, beautiful.
Olivia Wilde. She was in that movie when the aliens come back when they're cowboys in the cowboy era.
Aliens versus Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aliens versus Kid. Great movie.
Yeah. Eva Oh, I love Eva Mendes.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's actually
wow,
yeah,
Oh,
she has that face. too.
Training
Just
day,
a
man.
beautiful face, just beautiful.
Training Day. J-Lo.
Here we go.
Jennifer Lopez,
J-Lo, the girl from the Bronx.
Look at that, man.
One of my favorite
born
memes
in
of all time is
69.
there's a picture of Selena and it said, "If I wouldn't have died, Jennifer Lopez would still be working at Taco Bell."
Nah. She was a fly girl in the show.
She was,
Yeah.
yeah, in Living Color.
In Living
I
Color.
loved In Living Color.
We don't. I mean, all right, look, looks. You could have looks and all, but you gotta
personality, man.
personality and likability and just a
Likability.
hard worker. You're not gonna get jobs if you're just constantly showing
Right.
up late.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly.
no showing. So she put in the work, man.
Yeah.
The fact that she's attractive
Right.
on top of that, that's just
Even Mendez is married to Ryan Gosling.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah.
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 And I'm assuming she is older than he is.
I think so. A little
Okay.
bit. Yeah. But she's married to Ryan Gosling.
That's what's up.
Oh, there's my girl, Jenna. I love Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
I think she's gorgeous,
Beautiful.
great voice. But my girl, Jennifer Love Hewitt, like I'm saying, once she did the client list and
Gotta check that show out.
she was older and she rounded out. Oh my God.
I as you know, when she was
Yeah, I was late.
when she was, Party of Five or whatever,
Yeah.
I was, in my younger days, and she was we all liked
Jennifer
her.
Love Hewitt is that. I mean, for every kid in the late '80s, early '90s, and then they make fun of her on.
Oh yeah, that movie that she did, Can't Hardly Wait. So they made fun of her.
Can't Hardly Wait. I love that movie.
Like,
anybody want any of this?
No, I gotta
no,
drive.
thank you.
I gotta drive.
But yeah, dude, Jennifer Love Hewitt was
55.
Yeah, Audrey Hepburn was
Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood was gorgeous.
Remind me who Natalie Wood is, because the name
She
sounds
was so she's an actress in the '60s, Rebel Without a Cause. But she was also in Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice.
Yeah.
She was married to Robert Wagner.
Yeah.
Got drunk one night out on a boat and fell off and drowned.
Come on, Bob. Tell us the truth.
I think he killed her.
He killed her.
That really
Yeah,
happened.
because he hooked up with Jill St. John right after that.
Right after that.
Oh no, Natalie Wood was gorgeous, man. Natalie Wood was just her eyes.
That's a trip. But the guy that supposedly killed her,
right there.
was he?
He was an actor.
You know him.
He was 2.5 Men. He was Teddy. Charlie's mom was going to marry him, and he died on the wedding night.
Yeah,
he was a con artist. But no, he did a lot of series. He did To Catch a Thief.
Yep.
And he did some other movies. But yeah, so rumor has it that he killed her.
Yeah.
They were out on a boat one night in the middle of the ocean, and she was drunk, and she fell off and drowned.
You know him now?
11 years.
Yeah, you know him now, Art? No,
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tony DiNozzo Sr. in NCIS.
So, have you guys ever seen the Quentin Tarantino movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Oh, God, yeah.
So that's why I was wondering if maybe that was being that obviously it was like around that time era. That's probably what they're referring to with Brad Pitt and like what happened with his character. He killed his wife. Okay, cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I love Avril Lavigne.
I love Avril Lavigne too.
Yeah,
Great.
Number 4,
Nicole Kidman. I heard
number 4 sexiest woman in my book.
Nicole Kidman. She never did anything.
Nicole Kidman's your number 4.
Yeah,
Nicole Kidman never did anything for me.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's her face. Yeah, it's her face, and I think she could be fun.
Okay,
now she's Australian.
Hey,
right?
I'm going to share a story because
Share a
it's
story,
funny.
bud.
It's funny.
Shout out, it's 428.
Shout out to 209 area. Everyone out of
209 area code.
209. Nicole Kidman. Jimmy Kimmel. Not Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Fallon.
I saw that.
Did you see? You saw that?
Yeah, that sucks.
She actually had a date with him, and he brought her. She came to his house, and he sat there and played video games while he was talking to her, and had like no food, and he had like a cheese spread that he put together, and he did not realize that whole time that she was into him, and she wanted to date him. So she told him all many years later, and he was like completely shocked. And I was like, it almost to the point like where if I were his wife, I would have been like,
Oh, you would have been mad at him
because of his reaction. It's like you can see in his face what could have been. Like, oh my God, I could have dated Nicole Kidman.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like you don't, and you when you're on live TV like that, your reaction is
And that's kind of valid, man. That's not only I get it if she was just some random.
yeah.
That's Nicole Kidman, dude. You know,
Yeah.
like that's not just some girl in your high school that was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know, in
then
high
she
school
married-
we had.
Then she
I had a
married
thing
like
for
Tom
you,
Cruise,
yeah.
and everything went downhill.
Yeah. She married Cruz.
Okay, so this next lady,
Yeah.
Lily Sobieski.
Never heard of her.
All right, so
But never been kissed. I know what movie.
yeah. So
That's the
basically,
Drew Barrymore movie, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
she is probably a generic version of Helen Hunt. They look the same.
Yeah.
I love Helen Hunt.
Yeah, I do.
Helen
I
Hunt
know
is-
exactly who you're talking.
Helen
about.
Hunt is-
Hunt is like number 6 on my list.
Helen Hunt is so
There you
fun.
go, John. Yeah,
She's
I always
so
thought I was
sexy,
good
man.
thinking
Helen Hunt
was
is
supposed to be
beautiful.
Oh,
fun.
dude, I would drop everything.
Twister?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah, right.
Helen Hunt.
What Women Want with Mel Gibson.
Helen Hunt.
Oh yeah, she was in that.
Yeah.
Helen Hunt to me has like the best. All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
The best set of legs.
Oh yeah.
Her
Oh,
legs.
okay.
I'm a legs guy, and her legs are just.
The Taylor Swift.
But you know
connection
she's got
starts
that natural beauty where she doesn't have to work hard at it.
Yeah. Taylor Swift's got great
Yeah.
legs.
But anyway, Lily Sobieski is
Wow, I
basically
did not know that was her name. Oh yeah.
she's a generic version of Helen Hunt.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mila Djokovic. Have you ever seen The Fifth Element?
Yes,
That's her.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're married, right? Nicole and Keith Urban.
Yeah, they're married. They're still married.
Yeah.
Rita Ora, no, don't know who she is.
Yeah, I don't know who she.
Oh yeah. Rita
Okay,
Ora.
Bryce Dallas Howard
Mm.
is the daughter
Oh,
of
Jurassic
Ron Howard.
Yeah, Ron Howard's
Opie
daughter.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yeah, Opie Cunningham.
I should not be on this shit.
She's hot too.
She's
Yeah, she's actually very beautiful. Her
Rooney Mara.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I will do this here because I think she has like a really maybe not so much anymore. She used to. Yeah, she got maybe it's just a blonde wig. Here's the blonde.
Okay, we can move on from that.
Yeah.
You could have done a body
Penelope
one,
Ann.
bro.
Oh, all right, look, Penelope Ann Miller. I fell in love with her.
Who's she?
It's
Kindergarten Cop.
It's the bourbon that's kicking in.
She was
you go.
she was the mom of that little 5-year-old
Man, this is
in Penelope Ann Miller in Kindergarten Cop.
fuck it. Don't know.
Jim Award, don't know her. Lindsay, don't know her.
Number 6, actually, I'm gonna bump her up.
Cameron
Because-
Diaz?
Yeah, but Cameron's bumping up.
Who
to,
did
like,
she knock off? Who did she knock off? Like off your list?
She's gonna knock off the Sherry's whatever.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Charlize Theron.
Let's go.
Because again, Cameron Diaz,
Shout out LBC.
Fun.
She's a
Yeah.
Long Beach native.
beautiful,
Yeah.
great fucking set of legs
Yeah.
on Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Beautiful.
Cameron. Okay, so I feel like there's like a couple eras of Cameron Diaz. The Mask.
I wasn't so-
The Mask?
I wasn't-
beautiful.
I
That's
wasn't
okay.
much into her when she did The Mask.
Okay, then let's go with
She was in 50 Shades of Grey.
Night and Day. I've never seen 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Rita Ora. Yeah.
All right, so Cameron Diaz, Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. All right.
That,
Yeah.
That got me going. And then she made a movie called about the couple that made the porno tape. Her and Jason
Oh.
Segel.
Oh yeah.
Sex Tape.
Sex tape. Yes.
Sex tape.
After that, I'm like, damn, I love
Bad Teacher. Watch
Bad
Bad
Teacher.
Teacher.
I know.
Oh my, those.
I'm surprised she's not number like 1 on your list, John, because she's blonde, great
No,
legs.
she
She looks like she has fun.
she's actually she's right up there. I remember, and what's amazing about her is if she doesn't love me, I can always go after her twin sister.
Ooh, hey, hey.
I thought we debunked that. Then we
Yeah.
debunked that she didn't have a twin sister, and you're just looking at weird
Yeah, no.
Like,
there's
fantasy AI photos of her and her twin sister.
Also, Any Given Sunday, she was good.
Yeah, like I said, I something about Mary. You know,
Yeah,
like,
Something About Mary,
she's just
yeah.
a really cool.
Look at that right there. She's redoing the scene from
mean,
Cool Hand Luke, man.
yeah, beautiful woman,
Oh,
absolutely beautiful
man.
woman. Let's move on.
Shakira.
Oh God, how
Shakira.
did she?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 90. Really, guys, 90. She should be way up on this list. Another woman with amazing set of legs.
Yes. Look at
Amazing.
it. She's Lebanese and Spanish and
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah, and Italian. That
Yeah.
Italian boy kicks in.
I didn't know she was Italian. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Andy McDowell, no. And
Who's
you,
Annie McDowell
she's
again?
an actress. She's a boring actress.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll skip
Bridget
her.
Bardot was like the first sex kitten like in the 30s. She
I
came
don't
from
know who that is.
oh, dude, everybody like in the late 60s, early 70s. Everybody was like all over Bridget Bardot,
Bridget Bardot.
Eva Green, Rachel Weisz, Phoebe Tonkin, Tyra. I think Tyra should be higher.
Yeah. Well, is Tyra the one that married Tyson?
No, that was Robin Givens.
That was Robin Givens. Okay. I was going to say with
Tyra, Whitney, AB, no, Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Loved Emma Watson.
We can talk about her now, right? She's an adult, right?
She's of age, yes, John. She's of age now.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman. And I love her interviews.
Yeah.
I love the way she does an interview.
Jessica Lange. I like Jessica.
Yeah. Number 100. Yeah, man.
Tootsie. Yeah, Jessica Lange was.
Since we're on women. We're on women.
Yeah.
We're on women.
We're not going to check out men.
No, we're not doing men on this show. Tracy would probably like that. Tracy, would you like us to rate men?
Yeah.
Every guy will get a 0.
Yeah.
He's all right, but all right.
It would definitely turn into an interesting show.
Yeah.
Oh, she played Christian's sister or Sister Christian.
We're gonna
All the time has come.
we're gonna bring up the class to this show right now.
All right.
Bring up the class. Let me open
And you
my
say that you're the only one to say.
Art.
Yeah.
What you look at?
You want me to start with you or Bob?
Start with Art.
Start with Art.
I'm
Art.
ready. I'm ready.
Teenage life as a millennial. What was teenage life as a millennial for Art? Now, teenage, remember, that's 13 to 18 or 19.
Man, it was fun. It was fun. It was a struggle. It was a lot of things I look back on and reminisce and just go, damn, at the time I thought it was hard, but I was actually having fun,
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about being a kid. You don't realize how much fun you had till you're 30.
Yeah.
And I think that goes for any generation.
Mhm.
I mean, like any time in your life right now, you could be struggling, and in 10,
You
20 years,
ever
you're gonna be
go
like, well,
back in your head, like something going on like right now in your life, and you go back to your teen years, and you're like, okay, especially now with your daughters, you got girls.
all right, so
Have you had that teenage flashback, like something your daughters are doing, and you're like, oh, stop.
all right, so actually, like, shout out to my daughters. I was wondering if I was going to talk about this, but
Shout out to the daughters.
they lost someone in their crew. Someone in their
that's tough.
died. And my oldest one is 19. I think the person that passed away was about 18, and
It's tough.
I remember being that young,
Yeah.
and losing somebody, and so they're doing good.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot better than I did at that time, and so shout out to them. But like I said, you just kind of go through the waves, you go through the motions, and you live through it. You come out of it, and you're like a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
You're a little bit more cocky, I guess, because you're like, I lived through it. That's why I always trip out on you older guys, because I'm like, damn, like I honestly can't wait to be at that age and just be like, looking at this time, like, oh yeah, I remember struggling through that.
Yeah.
And it was hard at that time, but I got through it. I'm a little bit stronger, and it's like,
and you're ahead of the game, man. You're a married man, and you're 20 years coming up. That's you accomplished something.
Married 20 years. Been together 23 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
when California is 5 years, it dropped from 7 to 5 years now.
What?
It's 5
What is
years.
that?
Divorce rate in California is
wow.
5 years.
Especially with this new era, man, you can touch anybody. You could have a side chick in Italy if you wanted to, because it's just like technology. So it's really
it's now here's the big question.
I'm glad we didn't have social media when I was growing up.
Oh God!
And I know you guys.
Thank you.
Same way.
Thank you.
I'm with you 100%. That I had deep thoughts of that, and just like I sat down and like looked back at the shit I did.
Yeah.
And thought, God damn, can you imagine if Troy, my buddy, had a camera?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was still part of that era. We just couldn't put it. We didn't put it on social media.
You didn't have a place to put it yet.
I have videos of me, doing dumb stuff, all the photos or whatever. And you guys, I'm sure, have photos, but we just didn't put it out there, and Thank God John didn't have it because he's gonna be running for like councilman in like
Someday.
5 years.
Exactly.
If they go back and look at the BS show, I'm never.
No, John's gonna run for the head of the Sons of Italy.
Yeah.
Y'all need some new leadership there.
Which is run by a woman right now, which is
The
obscene.
Sons of Italy is run by a woman.
We're going to talk about that. Joe.
What's happening to America when the Sons of Italy there's a woman in charge of the Sons of Italy? What about you?
I will share you guys a very funny story.
Okay.
Every year at Christmas, my ex-wife, the dialysis center that she was going to would have a Christmas party for the patients and the nurses and everybody that worked there. And there was a lady that used to sit next to my wife for 3 hours every other day, and she was Italian. And she knew kind of who I was and kind of knew a little bit about my family and my Uncle Pino, right? But she didn't know, she didn't let me know that she knew who I was. So we're sitting there at a Christmas dinner, right? Everyone's dressed up, everything's nice. And she brings her mom. Everybody gets to bring somebody. And she brings her mom, and her mom is sitting there, and she goes, "What's your last name?" And I said, "Truncali." She goes, "Oh, that name sounds familiar." And of course, my parents are part of the Sons of Italy. Yeah. So is my uncle. And she goes, "Aren't you in the Sons of Italy?" He goes, "Why aren't you?" I said, "I can't do it." And she goes, "Well, why can't you do it?" I said, "Well, because number one, it's called the Sons of Italy, and we have a woman running the Sons of Italy. I feel that's kind of wrong."
Yeah.
She was the president of the Sons of Italy. I didn't know who she was, dude. Yeah. And dude, the dirty look that I got on my her face, dude. And she goes, "Excuse me?" And I go, "Well, for starters,
it's called Sons of Italy.
It's called the Sons of Italy. I mean, it's just like, now, how does a woman become a president?" And then look, I got nothing against it.
Yeah,
I think it's
whatever.
Just
changed it to the person.
It is changed now. Okay. It's the Sons and Daughters of Italy.
There you go.
Yeah, it's called the Sons and Daughters of Italy, but at that time it was called the Sons of Italy. It used to be a men's club.
Yes,
and the women used to come because the men would invite them to dinners. But most of the time, it was basically. It was a boys' club. Yeah, it was like the Elks clubs. The Elks clubs is the same way. And when I was getting ready to join the Elks club, that was the thing. He goes like, no. We have special events that you bring your wife, but most of the time it's just us. Yeah. So that was the most embarrassing moment in my life. My ex-wife looks at me and she goes, "John, just please shut up.
John, please shut up. John, just shut up, John." That's awesome.
Yeah, so you feel like that you've learned things from back then that you use today on your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like
yeah. They're also
they're different. You're girls. They're girls. So
they're girls. They grew up at a different time. They grew up with different parents. It's all different, but you just tell them how you dealt with things, and you just talk to them. But man, like, they are so like above me. Like they are insanely smart and.
But don't you hate? And I'm sure Bob's even running into this with his nephews. But it's like, I hate the thing. What I hated the most was you don't understand when they would say that. I've never been in that situation, and I don't remember doing that to my parents. And I don't know if it's just because I knew my parents were immigrants, from Italy. I understood that things were different there.
Yes.
So I never did that to them. But like when my kids said something like, "Oh, you don't understand what it's like," and I'm like,
yeah,
I was 15 too at one point in my life,
Exactly. But that's the hardest part about growing up. Is you think that you're going through these struggles all by yourself, and you forget.
You're definitely never. There's always somebody.
You forget that your parents were young ones too.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Not Tracy. No, I don't think kids are more grown in a way now. Absolutely not. Because when I was a kid, we were feral. I mean, we left the house at 8:00 in the morning, and we came home at 5:00 at night, and then we'd go back out. And then once I turned 16 and got a job and a license, I left the house at 7 a.m. and I didn't come home till midnight. I was on my own. I survived.
Feral is a very good word, and like the proper term to just say.
Exactly. We
were just let loose.
Yeah, we drank out of water hoses, and there's a lot of times we were because there was no cell phones.
That's like you're like 8, 9,
Yeah.
probably like
Oh,
younger.
shit,
You're
yeah.
not like a 15-year-old. You're like a 9.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10 years old. We're out. We're gone all day.
Yeah.
But the whole thing
they
is
would ask. They would. My parents and Bob's parents would ask, "Do you have a dime in your pocket?"
yeah, dime for a phone call.
That was a phone call. So
Well, if you didn't, you could always call collect.
yeah, you
There
call
you go.
collect.
My name is Bob. Had a baby. It's a boy. You
Yeah,
guys remember that?
my name was Bob. Had a baby. It's a boy.
That's how that was my generation
But
calling him.
we had
I'm at Joe's house. Come pick me up.
Yeah, we had to go figure things out on our own because dad worked, mom worked. We're in the middle of nowhere. We don't have a phone. We don't have a cell phone. We don't have a pager.
Dude.
We have no way to get a hold of anybody.
Yeah.
So if you ran into a problem, you had to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
So I think kids today are not as grown as we were, only because they don't get to face life's challenges as much as we did. Because, and I get it, today's world is not as safe as it was when I was a kid. You know, you can't let your kids go out. You know,
I'm going to debunk you, but
no, I wouldn't. I mean, look, there's pretty much back in the day, you knew the kids who were doing drugs, but you had no problem cruising McHenry because if you got into a fight, there was always fist fights.
Yeah.
Now you got people
All right.
shooting people just for the wrong color
All right.
shirt.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
And there's more like sex trafficking kids now.
Yeah.
There's more things you have to be aware of now for your kids. I mean, when I was a little kid, we played in the front yard. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
I'm 5 years old on a bicycle riding 2 miles to Thrifty's to get an
Yeah.
ice cream
Yeah,
because I got a nickel,
Yeah.
and nobody cared.
Yeah.
You see a 5-year-old on a bike right now who's not by his house, they get picked up and the parents get a citation for bad parenting.
Yeah. You have to be a certain distance from the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back in the day, we didn't.
I think we've forced that
That's crazy.
upon society.
Yeah.
For me, I don't like. I get where you're going with it, but I don't think we were that safe in the '80s. I think what was
I do.
No, I think there was still a lot of shit going on. I don't think it was publicized as much as it is today,
Yeah.
and the ability of social
Right.
media today. I think there were still kids being kidnapped. I still think there was
Sure.
kids being,
but not as many.
I think as many, Bob.
I don't think
I think
so.
it just wasn't.
You
a
just
big
didn't know
re-
about it.
Right.
It just did. It wasn't the focus of the news feed.
Right.
And also, I kind of agree with Tracy. I think it's grown in a different way than me and Bob grew
Right.
grown. I think we had to learn it. I think it's force fed to them
Right.
today because of not just because of social media, but just because they have these things in there. They have a full computer
Right.
in their hand 24/7.
Sure. But
And I think sex, politics. I've never seen kids at this young age being so focused on politics. Like that wouldn't have been a thing for us, Bob.
we know. All I remember is in 8th grade, we did argue about Ford and Carter.
Yeah, born
But
that goddamn peanut farmer.
But Tracy, when I was 12, kids had businesses. We had paper routes.
yeah,
We had me and my brother did lawn mowing
Mhm.
on base. I mean, we
Yeah.
always found a way to make money.
yeah,
Yeah, we didn't have the internet. The internet's powerful. Yes,
Yeah,
you guys got a lot more advantages than we did.
And that's why if you
But
know
we went out and made our own money, though.
older people are like kind of easier to talk to. You guys, because you've done it face to face your whole
We
life.
had to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. So
Yeah, we had to. I mean, John knows this. I can start a conversation with almost anybody anywhere.
yeah,
you can.
Yeah. All you got to do is just every conversation, every relationship starts with hello or how are you?
Hello.
And then what you do is you learn to listen.
That's the best thing in that movie, dude.
But when other people are
you're
talking,
right.
you learn to listen
Oh my god.
so you can find common ground so you can have a conversation.
yeah.
And I think there's a lot of kids who struggle with anxiety, especially after COVID,
Yeah.
because they were locked in their houses.
I
And
think
they don't.
social skills are different.
Yeah, they don't know how to talk to people unless it's online. They can't go out in public and talk.
Yeah.
But we had to.
Yeah.
We had to.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I mean, I just think they are in a way. I think everything is kind of, and it's force fed through this device, and
Right.
I think a lot of the parents' jobs, not that they were very good at it in the '80s,
Right.
but I think a lot of it has been taken away. I think my generation as a parent, I think changed the way I was completely 180 of my parents. I talked about sex.
Right.
I let them understand what could happen. I
Right.
understand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
where it was taboo, you know, like I honestly, I don't know if Bob's the same way. I never seen my parents argue.
I saw my parents argue.
They would always go somewhere else,
Yeah.
or they would go in the room, or they would hash it out.
Right.
But I never saw my parents fighting over money or bills or anything like that.
I think you're correct on the way of my parents never discussed any difficult situation.
Yeah.
It's like drugs. Don't do drugs are bad.
Yeah. Bad.
Why?
Because Nancy Reagan said.
Well, I know, but see, I was the kid, right, in my family. My older brother didn't do anything because he was in the Navy. My sister, I don't know. My other brother, I did all the hard stuff. I did the cocaine. You know, I did speed all the time. I was constantly every weekend I was on something until
you did cocaine.
I did cocaine, man, because we didn't want that.
You had that kind of money, Bob.
I had that kind of friends.
All right.
But anyway, I've done all this stuff. So when my nieces and nephews were growing up, I had a conversation with all of them when they got about 12. I said, look, don't do drugs, you know, and they're like, why? I said, great. Thank you for asking. Because drugs like cocaine, meth, heroin, the first time is going to be the best time.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get that back. You're going to keep trying. But you're never going to get that feeling again because the first time is the best time because it's different. And you're gonna steal money from people. You're not gonna worry about life and everything like that. Okay, so that's why you don't do drugs.
You're just chasing the high.
And right,
yeah.
Knock on wood.
It's real.
I know. None of my nieces and nephews are drug addicts. They're not alcoholics. They all have jobs. They haven't been in jail.
That's awesome.
So I might not have been a good role model because I was always drunk and on drugs at some point. But it was just like. They saw me.
You know what you were? You ready? It's the term I use for him too. You're the good uncle.
I'm the good uncle. I was the funkle. I was the fun uncle. I took him.
I also think people tend to listen to people who experienced it compared to
absolutely.
Like if they're like, oh yeah, you said, well, why are those drugs bad? And you can say why.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was one of the reasons why I got into. I had a 3-year run in my life.
Shout out cocaine.
Yeah, oh, dude, cocaine was awesome, man.
Cocaine.
Yeah, here, hit the button.
Cocaine.
So an hour and a half. It was better than Viagra. Okay.
All right. Let me get to questions. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bob first.
Yeah, okay. Bob, how was it?
No.
You're not gonna ask him the same question. I want to know about Bob.
No. He is getting that same question. Yeah, well, teenage life for the boomer. For the boomer.
Oh, it was fantastic. Teenage life because regardless of your status. Everybody got a job or they played sports.
Yeah.
And we know our social media was Cruz and McHenry every weekend, man. And it was always, you Cruz McHenry to see your friends, play your good music.
Dude, those were the days.
We didn't have the internet. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
But we were taught stuff like how to change fucking tire.
Yeah.
You got your car?
Yeah.
How to change the spark plug.
The internet for Bob was that little note that says, do you want to go to the school dance? And it's just yes. No, check the box.
No. Bob didn't do that. Bob just walked up. Hey, there's a dance on Saturday night. Would you like to go to the dance together with me? And it's just like, man, okay. I mean,
and you realize that it's a numbers game. The more times you do it, the better you get, the stronger you get from rejection.
Absolutely. See, and that's a good friend of mine told me this. He goes, look, the more no's you get, the more yeses you'll get. But you got to get, when I was out bar hopping and going to Angus and stuff, I struck out more than I scored. Okay. But that's the odds you're going to.
Yeah, you're going.
But you just got to learn how to take it and move on to the next. Yeah. And then after a while, you start looking at people, right?
Uh-huh.
And as they walk in, you size them up like the girls. You're like, okay. Mm-hmm. Too much Aquanet. She's too worried about her clothes. She's wearing too much jewelry.
You got to get around the.
She wants like a male model. You're not it, dude. Yeah. Okay, move on. Yeah. But that's how you start learning to judge people. It's like I remember one night I was at the Outback and this totally gorgeous girl.
Hold on, let me get my finger on the
No,
button.
this is clean.
Okay.
This totally gorgeous girl sits next to me with one of her friends. And she wasn't dressed up. She was like in jeans and a t-shirt and stuff. So we start talking and we're talking. And she's like, well, you know, a lot of guys won't talk to me because they think that I'm out of their league. And I go, look, there are no leagues.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I'm playing a road game and you're playing at home, so we're not going to hook up. But we're in the same league. Okay.
You're looking for your
Put my finger on the button.
No, I'm not.
I thought you were looking for your pen.
Oh no. But I told her, I said, we're in the same league. We're just not always playing in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
You know, she goes, I like that. I said, look, worst thing that can happen to me is I say something stupid to you and you're going to reject me. Okay. That's the worst. I'm always prepared for the worst.
Hell yeah.
90% of the time I'm getting the rejection letter, but 10% of the time I'm making you laugh and we're going to have a lot of fun. You know what I mean? However it progresses right there. Either you're going to be a good friend of mine or, you know, it'll go deeper than that.
Or regardless, you just had a good night.
Yeah. You had a fun night.
A cool couple hours.
You know, you're talking, you're chilling, and every other guy in the place is looking at you like, why in the world is that a hot chick talking to that ugly fucker like him? You know?
Because he's hung like a horse.
No, because I made her laugh. I asked
her laugh.
I asked her about herself. It wasn't,
yeah.
You know, it wasn't always, oh my God, you're so beautiful. No. It's just like, you know, so when you were 16, you know, and you know, what did you think?
She
was
was 17.
You know, but it's just it's just things like that. And it was I think the kids today growing up don't get a chance that because of too much social media and they don't get to go out and talk to each other in person.
Do you feel
even when they're
like,
out in person, sometimes they're just sitting on their phone. You know, like
now you got to see your brothers. You raised their kids. Do you feel like your parents were more stricter than the Gen Xer that your brothers are Gen Xer, correct?
My brothers are all boomers.
They're all your brothers are boomers.
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest. That's right.
I'm the youngest.
Well, then, as far as Gen Xers, do you feel like your parents were like, more stricter on you as far as not just like life issues, like you got to get a job, you got to get this, you got to do that, you got to do this?
No, I think
got that from.
I think my siblings, when they were raising their kids, were a lot looser with their kids about getting a job and stuff, because my parents and the other set of grandparents, my sisters in-laws, would always give them something to take care of. You know what I mean? Like cars. My nephews never had to buy their first car. My dad paid for it. And I had 2 or 3 nieces where my dad bought them a car, or their other grandparents bought them a car.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't so much to get out and get a job and learn how to survive. That came a little bit later.
Evolution.
Yeah, evolution. But the cool part was, and this is the thing that bothers me, because I see this going on, and because I'm not a parent and I can't lecture people about this. Growing up, my dad was kind of strict. Military, but my dad was a family man. Like once a month he'd throw us in a car, we'd all go for a ride, and everything was always family oriented. You know, we did a lot of great things as a family: hunting, fishing. We were always together as a family. You know, my dad really wasn't much into sports. I didn't get to go to my first Dodger game till I was like 12 up in St. Louis.
Thank God.
But
shout out the Dodgers.
Man. Yeah, shout out for the Dodgers, man.
Shout out Dodgers. Wu-Chang King.
Wu-Tang's for the children. But when we moved to California, I mean, we went to San Francisco a lot because it was closer to Giants and Dodgers, Giants and Braves.
Damn.
My siblings didn't do as much for their kids as my parents did for us. I did a lot of that stuff with my nieces and nephews because I figure I'm single. I got the money.
You're a fun uncle, man.
They got the bills. I mean, I could always get tickets to the baseball game because of Tom Eakin. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Tom.
But once I went to Walt Disney World on Ice the first time, I'm like, I need little kids to go with me to Walt Disney World on Ice. Because number one, I love Walt Disney World on Ice. But I needed a little kid to go with me. So a lot of my nieces and nephews got to go to Walt Disney World on Ice, experience that because I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look, our single man can't go to Walt Disney World on Ice, right?
I feel you. It's like Chuck E. Cheese.
No, seriously, single man.
I love the pizza at Chuck E.
Yeah,
Cheese.
yeah.
But damn it, I can't
Fuck
go.
Chucky.
Right. A single man walks into the auditorium Walt Disney World on Ice. There's automatically a spotlight on him. Pay attention, please. Now coming down row 3.
Yeah, row 3.
Section 6, row 3. We have a single man by himself. Now, possibly he's a kid toucher.
Yeah.
Parents, watch your children.
Keep your children away.
He's
from
right there. Now up. He's moving row 3. He's in seat 16.
He's not about the Wu Chang.
Yeah, section 6, row 3, seat 16. We have a grown man by himself. Watch your children. Parents, move your children away from him. The parents sit next to this guy, please.
Yeah.
That way he can't touch anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, like you really just love the capades, like
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
the show
look,
was just.
I love Walt Disney, but to
the
see,
challenge of being on skate.
yeah, no, but to see the
It's a good show. I've seen it at least once.
right, but to see the coordination of how they do the events and all the and all the costumes that they have to skate in and stuff. I mean, you've got these guys, the teacup, the saucer, you're doing Beauty of the Beast, right? These guys are skating with those outfits on. It's like, dude, you're doing a damn good job of skating and telling a story, okay?
You're amazing.
All right. I mean,
No,
look,
I agree. It's like a play,
Yeah.
but on ice.
on ice, right?
Yeah.
Like a play on ice.
All
All
right.
right.
You've never seen it, John?
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Well, besides that, every female lead who skates in like a
See, I
shorter
knew-
outfit,
I was getting there. Hold on. Let me get
they
my-
have no. Hold on, it's clean.
Oh, it's fine.
They have great thighs because they're ice skaters, man. Their legs are incredible. It's just like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. But anyway, going back, I just think that as a boomer, being a teenager, being in the 70s and 80s was incredible.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were feral. We were on our own for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry to like sound weird, but like you guys had television though, right?
We did have TV.
Okay.
No,
but I mean-
hard.
No, but I mean, like, okay, you had a TV. I get that, but see, when I was growing up, TV would turn off at like 2 a.m.
Oh, midnight.
Yeah, midnight.
Oh, so you guys-
Midnight,
okay, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Except for Saturday
Yeah.
night, because you had
Yeah.
the midnight special, and then you had midnight special, then Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Yeah.
Can you like
Love-
these younger
Love
generation?
American style.
Can you think about like these younger generation where like they're like, what, your TV turned off?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
don't.
Oh, but
that's the
then
problem.
they get on your phone.
Yeah.
We didn't have a phone.
They
didn't-
We had a rotary
this
phone.
didn't
this
have
generation
internet,
has
dude,
no.
like
Yeah,
crazy.
you didn't have internet. That's why
Yeah.
at
This-
midnight I went to bed.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
and then I got a job on like Saturday and Sunday. I had to be up at 6, at work at 7 to make donuts. You know, I mean, we
Time to
worked.
make donuts.
And that's why at 8:00 in the morning, when I was in elementary and in junior high school, we ran out of the house at 8:00 in the morning during summer vacation. They didn't see us until Dad came home at 5:00.
Hey, down.
And that was just the rules.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. I think this new generation doesn't have a shut off like
Yeah.
we did. We had a moment to where we knew, okay, that's happening. I mean, it's time to go to bed. You catch these kids now. I hear about these kids that are like the parents would walk in the rooms and they're still on their phones. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's like, who the hell are you talking to at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I don't necessarily have to be talking to somebody. They're just like on the
Yeah. It's just scrolling through. All right, Art. What news event during your teen years changed your outlook of the world?
Well, I was like 17, 18 when 9/11 happened.
9/11 happened. Yeah.
So that kind of talk about a different time. Before 9/11, you could just get on a plane and do whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
want. Like there wasn't this mass police state. But anyways, that shit was crazy, and like that definitely changed the scope of stuff. But that was also the era like I had friends going to war.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like that. My experience that I had friends who didn't come back.
Yeah.
I had friends who came back and they were fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like that whole thing was it was an experience, man. You know,
That's why I wanted to ask you that, because being a millennial, you were that generation that had to go to war, that went to war for us in that time period, and for you guys, that's like the first feeling of what it meant to serve your country and go away, you know, and then have people, like you say, that maybe didn't come back or came back pretty messed up, you know.
what was it for you guys? Like you had what?
Oh, Vietnam.
Vietnam for
You guys
Bob.
were Vietnam.
I grew up on a military base, where we
Oh,
were a
shit.
major training base. Every week there was a new group of kids coming into.
So, like, how old were you though? Like,
So let's see, Vietnam in is 75. So basically I was 12, 13.
okay.
But I did have to go down and sign up for the draft when I graduated high school, or right the year of my senior year.
Scary.
But there was no wars going on. And there was no wars going on until Desert Storm in 92, right?
Desert Storm.
Yeah, 92. So that whole period there was pretty much peacetime. There was some weird stuff going on over like in Lebanon when they blew up the barracks. And they attacked the coal. That stuff happened, but I mean, I basically it was Vietnam because like I said, all my friends, their dads were in the military too.
Yeah,
so
military.
Yeah,
kid.
they either served in Vietnam or they are like when I was in 8th grade, everybody got shipped to Germany. My dad went to Germany, but he left us in the States. Yeah. But all my friends were going to Germany because they shipped out everybody. What they want to do is bring home all the guys who were in Germany during Vietnam. So they brought them all back to the States.
I'm sorry, I can't stop looking at her ass. I got to change that. Dude. It's killing.
I know.
It's killing.
And for John, you're also
for me, it's the Berlin Wall and
Reagan
getting shot. For me, the Berlin Wall was kind of a big deal, only because we still had family that actually left Italy that was on that side. Yeah, and some that were still on the other side because there was no work. That's still the same thing. Right. There was no work there, so a lot of my relatives, they would go to Germany, they would go to UK, they would go to Australia, Spain for work. Yeah. So, there are some families that didn't get to see each other for a long period of time. So for that was a big deal. And then I have to agree. Like I looked it up, and I was trying to remember if it happened in the 80s, but Ronald Reagan getting shot.
Oh yeah, Ronald Reagan shot.
That's the first time I remember a president. John F. Kennedy, I knew, but that wasn't my period. That wasn't my time.
I remember Reagan. I remember when John Lennon got killed.
Yeah, John Lennon, 1980.
And but this one stood out though. 1981. I think it was in October of 81. Yeah. I'm driving to work, and Anwar Sadat got shot.
Yeah,
and he was the president of Egypt.
Okay,
and he got shot because he had made peace with Israel.
Right.
The whole peace accord, and he got killed by his own people.
Yeah.
Because and Indira Gandhi, who got killed in India by her guards.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know why they did until I started researching that later when I started working with Punjabi people. That I learned why they shot her.
Wow.
But yeah, Anwar Sadat just stands out the most because, like I said, I'm coming home. That was my first semester of JC, going to work. I'm on the radio, and Anwar Sadat got shot. And just like in the 1980 was when I was a junior, when I heard that the USA beat Russia in hockey.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was surprised you didn't bring that one up.
Well, that wasn't as it was
big news.
It was political.
It was the big news.
It was political, but it was nothing like somebody getting shot.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's wild.
If you could go back to your teen years, I'm going to go adolescent years.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious in this one. What toy are you grabbing to bring it back? Now give us the years. So we're talking what year as a young kid. So I'm talking before you turned a teenager. So
yeah, for sure.
So what year are we talking here? You were born when?
I was born in 83.
83. Yeah. So let's go. You would have to be like 86 and up.
Well, I always think I don't know.
Was it a stick and a rock that you kicked around? What was it?
I have two that really stick in mind.
Yeah.
When I came to the States.
Okay, that's right. So share with that because you're not. Yeah, you were. You came here at what age?
The government, man. What's going on? I came to the States when I was 5, and in the airport.
No, he's not Korean, guys. He's
Filipino. My aunt had these bag of these little. They're called muscle men.
Uh-huh.
They're just like these little, like, I guess for your guys' era, it was like the little soldiers, you know.
Yes,
the-
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes, yes,
they're
yes.
just like little wrestling figures. But
Oh, nice.
I always think of like Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch
Armstrong,
Armstrong.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, Stretch Armstrong.
Put that thing away and come eat dinner.
Yeah.
What I mean, you guys had toys back in the day?
Oh, we
too?
did.
Bob was with like Bruce. They kicked the rock around.
No.
I was like,
We had like
a
the
cap gun. Like I
no.
remember
We had
having
the big GI Joe doll.
yeah, they
Damn.
over.
We had electric football
Shout
games.
out to
Yeah.
Judge. Electric. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But if I could go back, I want to go back in 1977. I want to buy all the Star Wars toys and never open the
Oh,
This
box.
guy's
shit.
trying to go for the money.
Never open the
Bob's
box.
going money. It's like, you know what? If I could go back,
Or
where's
save
that
my
Boba Fett again?
no, or save my
Shut up, Boba.
fucking baseball cards,
Shout
man.
out Boba Fett.
All the baseball cards that I had, Willie Mays, Pete Rose, Hank
That's
Aaron's,
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
cards that I had. And what did we do with them, John?
Put them on
I
your
put 'em
bicycle.
on my bike.
We put them in our spokes so we'd sound like a motorcycle.
Yeah, it was
But
horrible.
could you even fathom the thought of, hey, one day this is gonna cost like
No.
No, dude.
No, because back then nobody collected that stuff because there was really
Yeah.
nothing to save yet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like Matchbox cars. We had all the Matchbox cars. Now they're worth a
Yeah.
fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, like, too, back then, like Tops, that was a popular
Top.
card set back
Yeah.
then. They knew that at that time, this is my thought, but they knew at that time that it wasn't a huge market.
Yeah.
So they knew they almost knew they weren't going to print more than they thought they were going to sell.
Yeah.
So that's the difference to today. And where today they're just printing fucking cards. And then what they're doing is going, okay, this card we're only going to make 10 of.
Yeah.
This card we're only going to make 10 of. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
Tops just said, hey, this is how many cards we're making.
Damn.
This is what's going out. And that's it. Final say. You know, but now it's insane. I mean, I got out. I stopped in 93.
Mm.
And I said, that's it. I can't do this no more. Because each one of my boys, I bought a set of baseball cards for each year they were born. And I gave them, both of them, their sets. So Frankie got his 1991 set of Tops baseball cards. And JP got his full set of 93 baseball cards. And then I stopped. I started getting a little dabbling in NBA. And then I realized this is getting ridiculous because, as Bob knows, that first pack of Tops I paid 25 cents for.
Yeah.
Man.
Damn.
And I got a fucking piece of gum.
Oh, stale piece of gum, but it was good gum.
Yeah,
at
it was
that
still
time,
good gum.
yeah,
And now I was
yes.
paying $2.50. Now that $2.50 and 91 still,
I get you.
still, yeah.
Nah, it sounds.
I wasn't
laughable
getting a
now,
piece of
but-
fucking gum,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
but yet the values went up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, like I started collecting back because I stopped after Jordan. And I have two Jordan cards that are probably worth right around $10,000 to $15,000 each.
Yeah.
And I stopped. But then when Shaq came out,
Yeah.
and I didn't put much credit in Shaq, and it was Shaq and come on, Bob, who's the other center?
Oh,
Hakeem Elijah one?
No. The other center that came out the same year as Shaq.
Dennis. Oh no.
Not Tim Duncan. Wasn't David Robinson.
Oh, God damn it.
Charles Barkley.
No, Barkley wasn't a
No,
center. He was,
Barkley, yeah,
and he
yeah.
came out in the 80s.
But I thought he was going to be the better player, so I really focused on his cards.
It's someone that we don't even.
I have to look it up now, dude.
Yeah, you're the sports guy, man. You
no,
should
no,
know
no.
that.
It's a name that's not.
Not-
It's not
yeah.
been said in quite some
I
time.
got you. Yeah.
1993 rookie card. Oh wait, I got to hit.
Dude, I remember when
1993
when
rookie
Shaq
cards
came
NBA.
out, the gates like breaking backboards.
Oh, no, he wasn't the first one. The first one was Daryl Dawkins.
When was that?
Daryl Dawkins started breaking backboards in the late 70s, early 80s.
I wasn't fucking born yet. But
Okay, sorry. Chocolate Thunder.
Right there.
From Planet Lovetron.
Holy
What?
shit!
What?
Who is
Who
it?
That card has gone up to $24,750.
What card?
you feel stupid, don't you?
I'm not selling it. No.
The Jordan Fleer 86
I
rookie?
have two
Damn.
of those babies.
There you go.
Two of those. No. God damn.
We'll break in. You keep John busy. I'll find the card.
What's that? No.
Nothing.
They're not here. They're in a safety deposit box.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I'm
What
not
bank? What bank? You
I'm
know.
not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Hey, called Danny
Ah,
Ocean.
God damn it.
Yeah, right.
I can't remember his name, and they were both centers, and I think they were both top 5, and I just can't remember his
What year?
name. It's the same year Shaq
When did Shaq get drafted?
Oh shit!
Let's Patrick Ewing.
No, that was 85.
That was 85.
No, that was 85.
Yeah,
Shaq.
Shaq's rookie year.
Oh,
92, 93.
Patrick Mahomes.
So 92.
Yeah, and then 92, 93. So yeah, Shaq's rookie years were 92, 93, and it was the other center. God damn it! Why can't I remember his freaking?
So 92 was when he got drafted.
Yeah.
Okay, NBA
92 draft.
NBA draft.
Shout out to nerds.
92
19,
NBA draft class. I'll find it before you do.
Okay, let's see if these guys.
Okay, who was it?
You just
God
throw in
damn it.
D&D. You just switch it from sports to D&D.
Yeah.
Okay, it was Shaq O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning,
Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning.
Christian Laettner, Jimmy Jackson,
That
Alonzo Mourning.
Alfonso Ellis, Tom Gugliotta.
I thought for sure Alonzo Mourning was going to be a better player than Shaq.
Let me tell you something, John.
I was way wrong. I was way wrong.
Oh, Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning played at the University of Georgetown.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. Like Shaq definitely
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
if you watch Shaq play in those early years, he was being run around. He was a big guy that was a little clumsy, couldn't run up the lane, didn't have the speed, couldn't get back on defense. So, and Alonzo Mourning, quick player on the floor.
Right.
In the baseline, he could shoot. He was as a college player coming out of the draft. I thought Alonzo was a better player at that time.
Yeah.
But then look what happened, man. Sometimes it's
Well, Shaq bulked up. He started getting some muscle on him, and he started realizing that he could push these fucking guys around, and that's exactly what he did. And all he had to do is get within 2 feet of the basket.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So here's a funny story about Shaq.
Let's go.
His stepdad's in the army, and he's stationed in Germany.
Shout out Shaq, man. I know he's on the show.
Dale Brown's the coach.
For Shaq?
Dale Brown. Dale Brown is the coach of LSU.
Okay.
He's over in Germany doing a promotional thing. So he's in this gym, and Shaq's working out. And so he walks up to Shaq. He goes, "Hey, look, why don't you work on this? You can do this better. Do this better." And then Dale Brown goes, "By the way, soldier, how old are you?" And Shaq starts laughing. And Dale Brown goes, "No, what's so funny?" He goes, "Coach, I'm only 14.
Yeah.
And Dale Brown goes, "Where's your parents?" Dale Brown, right? That's basically what happened.
Sign here.
Dale Brown went to talk to Shaq's parents, and that's how Shaq ended up at LSU.
Yeah. Shout out Shaq.
Shout out Shaq.
So, Bob, what toy you bringing back?
Star Wars toys.
He said he wants the money.
I want the Star Wars toys. I'm not gonna open the box. Although, seriously though, if I could bring one toy back,
there we go.
I'm bringing back the electric football game because I had so much fun. I had so much fun playing electric football.
Just following that fucking little dog.
Yeah, a little vibrator. No, on the vibrator, they're moving around.
The vibrating one. Yeah.
You got the field. You got the guys.
We had the hockey one because obviously we live in Philly, so we had that.
Well, my brother had the hockey one too, where you had the things to pull.
Yeah, those are fun.
Spin them. Yeah.
What about you, John? What are you bringing back?
It would be. I want that first slot car thing I had.
Oh yeah, the slot cars.
I did, dude.
My brother had those.
We didn't know how to use that motherfucker. It kept going over the fucking track every time we go around. We didn't realize you had to slow down
going into the turn. Yeah,
and it just take off.
Did you guys ever build those like box cars?
The models
or
the ones where you rode and you push them down the hill?
No, we never did the soapbox derby. People did, but we never. My dad never did.
Yeah,
but yeah.
And I still will see too that I have to go with that one because I can go in my garage and hook up the Atari if I want to, the original.
All right, so we didn't have video games yet.
You didn't have.
I was 13 years old.
Video games.
How old were you when the Atari came out?
Right, so I'm 13.
Did you have arcades though?
We did. Tilt in the mall, dude. That was where I lived.
Yeah. You didn't have video games.
So I'm like 13. We're in Sears for school clothes in the mall down in Springfield. Pong just came out.
Oh, Pong, yeah.
Pong came out.
Pong.
Pong.
That was sick, yeah.
Yeah. We thought that was that was like cool shit because there's that little ball moving.
That's fucking NASCAR shit for you guys. That's like fucking science. They're like, how the fuck are they doing that?
So I think the first, I don't know, the Atari came out when I was maybe like,
Atari 2100.
yeah, it probably came out when I was like a junior, senior in high school. But
Yeah,
nobody
it had to be a little old.
Nobody bought one because we went to Tilt, man.
It was
That's
expensive too.
yeah, 25 cents a game at Tilt. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're hanging out at
And you're
Tilt.
hanging out. Yeah,
We're across from Hot Dog on a Stick, watching the chicks from high school
Yeah,
make the
pounding
lemonade.
that orange
Fuck
lemonade.
yeah, making the lemonade. Hell yeah.
All right, I got another one more question.
One more question. Hurry up, I gotta go.
All right, Mr. Sharp.
Yeah.
If there was one movie from your past that you would want your future kids to watch, if you had kids, if you had one movie that you like, my kids got to see this movie.
Animal House.
It would be Animal House.
Animal
huh?
House.
Wow.
Animal House.
Animal House.
I thought you might go like something more like drama, you know.
Well, I
Or
was thinking
or a
about that.
sports movie.
I was thinking about that too, but I'm thinking
I know you like to cry in sports movies.
I don't. Well, Brian's song with
Brian's
James Conn and Billy D. Williams, man, shit, that's tearjerker right there. I was gonna, I was gonna say something serious, but I'm like, no, man. If I could pass down one thing to my kids,
Radio.
no, man, no. It had to be. It has to be Animal House or the original Star Wars, First Hope or New Hope.
You know my
Oh man,
Star
I'm
Wars
so
story, right?
man, John was
we
so upset
chose,
with
we
you with that
chose
story.
Grease over Star Wars.
Grease.
We
Yeah.
went and saw
Hey,
Grease.
I love Grease,
we
man.
had
Shout
Star
out
Wars,
to that, but
and then
damn.
Grease, and then Carol's standing there, and she's like, "What do you
Damn.
guys want to go see?" Because then Carol used to be the one my parents
Yeah.
used to take us to movies. And man, Carol's like, "What do you want to go see?" And we're all like, "Grease, Grease."
Well,
You're an idiot.
So when was the first time you saw Star Wars?
1977, right? When it came
No,
out?
I
Like, did you
I
go to
didn't
the
see
movie?
the Star Wars for the first time until the 90s.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
No, I'm perfectly fine with that.
1977, freshman in high school.
Yeah, no.
You know what? I take that back. Okay, I take that
Say
back.
it, yeah.
I would love for my kids to see Animal House,
Yeah.
but thinking real quick right now, I want my kids to see The Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors.
movie.
Yeah, okay.
Great
Okay,
movie.
yeah, that would be a good movie
out
to get
there.
them
That was
a
started in
great
their
cult.
political
They
view
were-
of society.
Yeah, and they were from Staten Island, right?
And
They were from
they were all boroughs.
they were
of
from
New
Coney
York.
Island.
Yeah,
Coney
all the
Island.
boroughs from New York.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
How about you, Art? What's that one movie that like? And I'm sure you already. Now, Art, I'm gonna share the same thing I was told by
Yeah.
my wife. Like I there was the movies I had listed that I
Yeah.
wanted my kids to see in the 80s. And I was basically told they can't see that until they're 16. They can't see that one until they're 17. Can't see. And I was like, this is stupid.
That's why I'm going Warriors instead of Animal House because you can see Warriors at 12.
So
Yeah, that.
did you go through that same thing? Did she care? Like if you would have told her, I want my
Oh
kids.
yeah, man! Like one of my favorite movies is a movie called Belly, and it has DMX and Nas, and I would definitely never show that to my kids.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or like Mel Brooks. Like I love Mel Brooks.
Oh, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, I would not show that to my
Yeah,
kids.
Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles,
Yeah.
High Anxiety,
It all depends on
History of the World.
what age they are that I'm showing them this. Like,
yeah.
my oldest daughter really loves because I showed her when she was young, like this movie called Surf Ninjas,
Yes.
Okay.
and it has like the kid from the Ninja Turtle movies, but I just wanted her to, like,
Yeah, experience it. Yeah.
yeah. So that's probably like,
Because you are basically you're a millennial, like my kid.
yeah, I'm a elder.
You're
I'm
an
the
older. You're like
millennial. I think
you're an
I
older
think I'm like
millennial.
first gen. Like 83 was, if I'm not mistaken, 83 was
Yeah.
the
So-
start of it.
Yeah,
And
so-
I'm late 83. Almost, I'm November. So
Yeah, it's because like for me, it's like when I told her like I can't wait for the kids to see these movies, and
What
Caddyshack
movies?
was one of them.
You're
Caddyshack.
tripping, man.
Caddyshack was
Caddyshack.
one of them,
You're
but like the
tripping,
movie
man.
that I wanted my kids. There's two specific movies I wanted my kids to see because I felt like they were going to represent me as an
Yeah.
80s kid, and I thought that
Okay.
was more important than any of the other bullshit. So Valley Girl was one of them, and she said flat out, "My kids cannot watch Valley
That's
Girl."
because you're in love with Deborah Foreman.
I do love Devil Foreman, but it was still a movie to me that portrays what the 80s were like.
Well, I mean, wait, no, like American Graffiti would have been
American-
more.
That
like,
was the 70s.
That was the
more
70s.
Bob's
I
yeah.
loved
era.
American
Yeah, got
Graffiti.
you.
And the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Oh,
two
yeah,
movies
Breakfast
that I
Club.
think
Shout out to
really
Breakfast Club,
represented
man.
like
You guys
what
know who you
I
are.
was going
Breakfast
through
Club, shout out
as
to
a
you guys.
teenager
Yeah.
in the 80s. And I was like, I wanted my kids to see those two movies. And she's like, no, absolutely not. They got to be older. But it made me laugh because it's like, but yet she let them watch Tommy Boy, which is all three of my kids' favorite movie.
At least it's Tommy Boy, man. If they gotta be,
Yeah.
Jesus
they gotta be
Christ.
one of those
Yeah.
John quit farting. If it's
Hey.
gotta be any
God.
movie your kids love,
Tommy Boy.
Chris Farley,
Dude,
Yeah.
Tommy Boy, all three of my kids'
David
favorite movie.
Spade.
Tommy Boy.
Now, what
Dan
about Goonies and
Aykroyd.
Gremlins?
Dude, I love those movies. I
Yeah.
do, but like I was
Yeah.
about like I wanted them to understand what the 80s were like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I were to choose two movies
Uh-huh.
that represented what the 80s were like for me, those
Yeah.
two movies do. And both of those two movies are actually two soundtracks that I absolutely love.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So
Yeah, I give you a lot of shit for choosing Grease over Star Wars, but I love Grease.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
me
it is-
too.
It is definitely
yeah.
that was the soundtrack of like my like
My
12
she's
and
my
13
first
summer.
on-screen crush,
Yeah,
dude.
There you go. Yeah,
she's
Olivia
my
Newton-John.
first.
Shout out. Is she
Yeah.
still alive? Or?
No, she passed away.
She passed
That's
away,
why-
right?
Passed
breast-
away.
Yeah,
breast
dude, like
cancer. Yeah.
Who?
Olivia
Olivia
Newton-John.
Oh, yeah, Olivia Newton-John passed away.
Yeah,
She should have been on that fucking list, man.
Yeah, she should have been on that list. dude.
She should have been number
But,
one.
Yes, so for me, that was like that. That's like
John.
we talked about this before, but that's the one thing I think that these new movies are lacking are just amazing soundtracks. You
Yeah.
know?
Right.
Well, which Sandy did you like the best? The Sandy in the end? Or
Back then, the
The
original,
Sandy.
the first one.
okay with
Not
the cheerleader
today.
Sandy?
Yes,
Yeah,
the second.
Like
The
the
second-
Virgin Sandy or the.
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Sandra
The
D.
first Sandy.
Yeah, look at me, I'm
Dude,
Sandra D.
and some, like
Flirting with
Shout out
virginity.
Rizzo, dude. Wasn't Rizzo like
I'd be afraid.
Rizzo was like 30 years old playing a high school
Yeah,
kid.
I would be
Rizzo
afraid
was the one, dude.
I would be afraid
Rizzo
to
was
turn
the-
the lights off with Rizzo.
Soccer
Yeah.
Channing, man. Yes.
Rizzo
Yeah.
was the ish,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Shout out Practical Magic. She was one of the
and then,
ants.
like 10 years ago, someone really fucked me up. It was a Reddit post about Greece,
Uh-huh.
and it really fucking blew my mind away because it was their theory of what was actually really going on with the movie Grease,
Okay.
What was it?
and it was that she is actually in a coma. She's dead.
Who?
Sandra Lee, or
Oh,
no,
Sandy?
Sandy. She's in a coma.
she's actually in a coma. She's dreaming the whole
Yeah,
thing.
That just fucked
And
me
at the
over
end
now.
scene of them driving off, that's her going into heaven.
Damn,
car.
John. Why
Yeah,
did you have to
that
ruin?
blew
Oh, man, you're right.
Yeah,
right?
That
Yeah.
blew me away because if
Yeah,
you start
it's
looking
amazing.
back at that movie, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, fly in
Yeah.
a fucking car, dude.
Yeah.
I
Like,
thought
what
that
the-
just represented like
Oh, man. Now,
So-
like
so
now I messed up.
yeah.
he was in a coma the whole time, dreaming that whole scenario of that.
Did she drown at the beach?
Yeah,
no,
she-
man.
Yeah, she
No
drowns
way.
at the. He meets. The theory is
Danny
she meets
Zuko at the
John
beach.
Travolta.
Yeah.
She drowns at the beach, ends up in a coma, and she's dreaming that whole rest of that movie, and that's
Shout
her.
out Sandra D.
Yeah,
man.
that's her passing
R.I.P.,
away.
dude.
Yeah, that's her passing away and going up into heaven. She's going into the clouds. Look,
Right.
remember the end. She's going into the clouds in the
Yes.
car, in a floating fucking car. And that dude, I sat there after reading that.
Damn.
I literally sat there for like 3 hours, like, the fuck, man, You're fucking my childhood here,
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly.
Yeah, man. Fuck you, Reddit.
Okay.
Reddit.
Okay. Art, ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Hickey from Kanicki's like a Hallmark card.
Yeah.
Well, you want to send the very best.
Yeah, man. Dude, that was,
Yeah.
like I said, I give you shit, but
Yeah.
I love Grease, and who
Oh,
knows?
me
At,
too.
at the time, I might have chose Grease over Star Wars.
Yeah. And
Well, you know what though?
I'm
Well,
like,
here's
who the like, I don't want to watch no space.
we
Like,
can watch it now on the big
so.
screen.
Here's the deal. My brother takes me to see Star Wars. Right? There's hype at school. You know what I mean? But I didn't think it was that big.
You did school?
No, there was
Oh,
hype
no.
at
Oh,
school
oh.
about
everybody
Star
at
Wars.
school was
Everyone's
talking about it.
Star Wars.
So
So I finally go see Star Wars,
yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is fucking amazing!
That had to be
Right.
amazing. I'm going to give you
This is amazing!"
Oh, yeah,
and
'cause you
then
never even seen it in the theater. You
yeah,
saw it
I had to go to a theater, right? And then like a year later, they're talking about The Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, oh shit, I can't wait for that fucker to come out. And it's just like opening day, we're there, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
man.
I didn't get to see it at that point in time in my life, but I think I would have been blown away because that was something completely different than what we were used to seeing.
That would have been a different genre.
Well, the cool thing too is so Rocky was okay.
Rocky's amazing.
No, Rocky is amazing, but the crowd following for Rocky was okay.
Oh,
when Rocky 2 came out,
you had to wait.
Theaters were packed.
Yeah.
Oh man, then
I give it
fucking friend Roger, right? We're watching Rocky.
Shout out
2.
to Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Shout out Roger, man.
We're like watching Rocky, and all of a sudden, Maynard Ferguson, dun 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 dun. He gets up, runs down the aisle in front of the screen, and is doing one-handed push-ups.
Hell yeah, baby! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
He's gonna get us kicked out of here.
I met Stallone. He does all those. Well, I told you
shout out
all
Stallone.
those scenes
awesome.
where he pulls into the parking lot and does the burnout in the Trans Am and talks to. That was my school I went to.
Oh, okay.
So he came and did a little thing for all of us to get to meet him.
Shout out Philly, man.
And then I was upset. I was upset because Mama said no.
Oh, what?
Because we weren't allowed to run. We could have ran with all those kids.
Oh, okay. When they're doing the movie and they're following through town.
Yeah, my mom said.
Hey, you know what, John? You were there in spirit.
Come on, Grace.
Yeah, Grace ended up in heaven.
Grace. Come on, Grace. Johnny could have been on the big screen. Johnny could have been a star. Could have been an extra.
Everybody knows that kid. Everybody knows that first kid that's
John Truncali is Nicolas Cage.
I am Nicolas Cage.
So remember the movie Colors?
Colors.
I saw this the other day. It blew me away. Right. So you know that the 21st Street Gang, you know that that they hang out. This all clean. Don't worry.
I know, but you said that word, man.
21st Street Gang.
What?
Come after us, man.
Oh, what?
Anyway.
Gang?
Are they still around?
Gang, gang.
So anyway, the guys in the 21st Street Gang who know Hodges and stuff. You know, so they're talking. One of the kids in that gang was Mario Lopez.
No
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. They showed a clip of it, and it goes Mario Lopez after he did Kids Incorporated. One of his first movies was Colors, and
that song rocked too.
Oh God, Colors was a great movie.
I was embarrassed to play it out loud in my stereo. I had a pretty booming stereo in my car, but I get to the light and someone would pull up, I lower it.
There you go.
And then when they turn back
John, man.
Colors.
I got stuff to do.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Tracy Mitchell out there.
Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Bertha, for piping in.
We love Grease. On the last movie before I go was I wanted my kids to see, and she said absolutely not until they turned 17. Was Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, I love that movie. Okay,
Yeah.
We'll elaborate later.
Shout out Italians. Yeah.
Yeah, she said no. All right. Peace out. We'll see everybody next.